Non-stop Pawar play for 48 hours and counting. Pawar versus Pawar hits top gear. Ajit Pawar declares he is the real NCP.
बहुसंख्य आमदार हे राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस पक्षाबरोबर आमच्याबरोबर आहेत. आम्ही सगळेजण एकत्रपणे काम करतोय. पुढेही आम्ही महाराष्ट्राच्या भल्याकरता काम करत राहणार.
Mahagadi versus Mahayuti. Big focus on NewsTrack.
Good evening, viewers. Let's take a look at the weather report across the major cities this evening. Thiruvananthapuram is at 27 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 28. Mumbai is at 31 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 101. Panji is at 28 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 76. Ahmedabad is at 34 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 74. Bhopal is at 31 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 53. Jaipur is at 34 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 75. Delhi is at 37 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 185.
Presented by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Growing Legacies.
Co-presented by Century Ply Club Prime, Raho Befikar.
Co-presented by
Macho Hind, बड़े आराम से.
Powered by NECC, Sunday hoya Monday, रोज खाओ अंडे.
Welcome on board the NewsTrack. I'm Rahul Kanwal. Who will win the Pawar versus Pawar Mahabharat? And what impact will this have on the big battle for 2024? That's my top focus on the NewsTrack.
मी अजितंद्र पवार
Sacking, shake-up and political saga. Non-stop Pawar play for 48 hours and counting. Pawar versus Pawar hits top gear. Ajit Pawar declares he is the real NCP.
बहुसंख्य आमदार हे राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस पक्षाबरोबर आमच्याबरोबर आहेत. आम्ही सगळेजण एकत्रपणे काम करतोय. पुढेही आम्ही महाराष्ट्राच्या भल्याकरता काम करत राहणार.
Mahagadi versus Mahayuti. Big focus on NewsTrack.
Jitendra Awhad, Chhagan Bhujbal, Prithviraj Chavan, some of the key movers and shakers in Maharashtra politics will be joining me live on the NewsTrack. Here's a look at the headlines I'm tracking tonight. Sharad Pawar sacks nephew Ajit and 8 other rebels. Ajit declares he is the real NCP. Ajit Pawar needs 36 MLAs to evade the anti-defection law. Maharashtra quake, tremors in Bihar. State BJP president claims many MLAs unhappy with Nitish Kumar. Round 2 of the United Opposition meet, which was to be held in Bengaluru, has been postponed. CBI files charge sheet in the land for job scam. Lalu, Rabri and Tejaswi Yadav are named. Parliamentary panel on the Uniform Civil Code meets in the capital. BSP and Uddhav Sena back one nation, one law. Congress questions the timing. No bail for former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. Delhi court rejects his bail plea in the Liquorgate case. The Maha-Pawar play has been going on for 36 hours and counting now. The critical question at this moment, how many MLAs will Ajit Pawar be able to swing to his side? It seems at the moment that 24 MLAs are certainly with Ajit Pawar. 14-15 MLAs seem undecided. The others at this moment seem to be siding with Sharad Pawar. Our top story tonight has Sahil Joshi and our Mumbai team try and decode what's been happening behind the scenes, and where the numbers game stands at this moment.
A battle of perception. A battle of numbers. A battle of the Pawars. A day after Ajit Pawar pulled a Maha surprise and took oath as new Deputy CM of Maharashtra, the war over who's the real NCP is peaking. A day after he made it clear he did not approve of the rebellion, NCP chief Sharad Pawar, in a symbolic message to his rivals, visited the memorial of his mentor and state's first CM, Yashwantrao Chavan, in Karad. The NCP patriarch blamed the BJP for the crisis in his party.
भारतीय जनता पार्टीच्या माध्यमातून समाजामध्ये जातीमध्ये धर्मामध्ये एक प्रकारचं वेगळं वातावरण तयार करण्याचा प्रयत्न केला जातो.
Sharad Pawar isn't holding back. He's cracked the whip now and ordered the disqualification of Lok Sabha MP Sunil Tatkare and Rajya Sabha member Praful Patel for indulging in anti-party activities. NCP approached the Maharashtra Assembly Speaker and the Election Commission, appointing Jitendra Awhad as the new NCP Chief Whip and Leader of Opposition.
आणि हे शरद पवारांचे कालचे पत्र ज्यामध्ये सुनील तटकरे आणि प्रफुल्ल पटेल यांना पक्षातून निलंबित करण्यात आलेलं आहे. तुम्हाला पक्षातून निलंबित केलेले असताना तुम्हाला नेतृत्व म्हणजे तुम्हाला एकतर कायदेशीर अधिकारच नाहीत नेमणुका करण्याचे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मध्ये सुद्धा.
Meanwhile, Ajit Pawar has been a busy man, holding meets with his loyalists and then meeting with Devendra Fadnavis as well. The breakaway NCP faction also appointed Sunil Tatkare as the state party chief.
बहुसंख्य आमदार हे राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस पक्षाबरोबर आमच्याबरोबर आहेत. काही आमच्या 9 लोकांना नोटीस काढली वगैरे काढली, त्यांना काही नोटीस काढण्याचा अधिकार नाहीये. शेवटी पक्ष आणि चिन्ह हे आमच्याबरोबर आहे असं आमचा ठाम विश्वास आहे.
So who's got the edge now out of the Pawars? Out of the total 53 NCP MLAs in the Maharashtra Assembly, India Today has learned that Ajit Pawar's camp had 24 MLAs, while Pawar camp had 14 MLAs, while 15 of them were still undecided.
The anti-defection law says that a group of lawmakers can only leave a party to join another party when they have support of at least 2/3 of the majority of the total MLAs from the original party. As per this rule, Ajit Pawar needs backing of more than 36 MLAs out of 54 which got elected in 2019 assembly polls. With camera person Kiran Sakpal, Ritvik Bhalekar, India Today, Mumbai.
Let's take a quick look at how the Maharashtra Assembly stands at this moment. Remember, the situation is fluid and things could still change. But as things stand this evening, out of the 288-member Maharashtra Assembly, the BJP, Shiv Sena, NCP, or the part that is with the NDA, seems to have the support of 195 MLAs. The MVA is now reduced to 78. 145 is the majority mark. The BJP, Sena, NCP comfortably in the lead. But in the NCP numbers, which are part of the NDA now, there are 24 who are definitely in Ajit Pawar's camp. In the meetings that he's been doing, 24 MLAs seem to be coming to his camp. On the Sharad Pawar side, there are definitely 14 MLAs who've declared publicly that they are on the side of Sharad Pawar. 10 more MLAs are on Ajit Pawar's side at the moment. But the balance of power is with these 15. These 15 MLAs who at this moment don't seem to have taken an open position are the ones who will decide which way the pendulum in Maharashtra in the NCP really swings. If they go over to the Sharad Pawar NCP, then Sharad Pawar's NCP will be at 29, and therefore the Ajit Pawar NCP at 24 will not be able to get 2/3, which they need to be able to split the NCP. However, if these 15 MLAs or most of them go towards the Ajit Pawar camp, then the NCP of Ajit Pawar will be at 39. That is more than the 36 required, which is the 2/3 point. Remember, there are 53 total NCP MLAs. Ajit Pawar needs 53, requires 2/3 of that number, which is 36, to be able to get the NCP Ghadi and the NCP symbol and name. So that's where things stand at this moment. Two key newsmakers joining me live on the NewsTrack. With us is Jitendra Awhad. He is one of the critical players. He's been just announced as leader of the opposition in the NCP. He's been made in charge. Of course, Ajit Pawar wants to suspend him. Sharad Pawar says he's his man. And Prithviraj Chavan joins us, senior Congress leader, former Chief Minister of Maharashtra. I want to go across to Prithviraj Chavan first. Mr. Chavan, at this moment, from what the numbers seem to suggest, Ajit Pawar has more MLAs on his side than does Sharad Pawar. Last time, Sharad Pawar was able to outmaneuver his nephew. This time, it is the nephew who seems to be in the driver's seat and is more likely to be able to win this Pawar versus Pawar battle than last time.
Well, you said Ajit Pawar has more MLAs. That may be so, but it's not enough to have just more MLAs. It is important that Mr. Ajit Pawar should get more than 2/3 MLA.
Correct.
So out of a legislative party of 53 members, Ajit Pawar has to have minimum of 36 MLAs. Whether he has number 36 MLAs or not will decide whether he'll be disqualified from the House or he'll continue to be a minister in the present dispensation. So the final word is not out. Nobody is clear about who's got whose support. Many people, many MLAs are supporting both sides. As they go back to their constituencies and find out the ground reality, they're switching back. I think many MLAs who initially supported Mr. Ajit Pawar have switched over to Sharad Pawar ji over the period of today. Only the first day after this.
How many MLAs do you think have switched over out of the 24 MLAs that Ajit Pawar says he has?
That is important is even 2 MLAs switch over, that is enough. Because the critical number is 36. And I don't think Mr. Ajit Pawar has 36.
You know, that's one way of looking at it, Mr. Chavan. The other fact is that even without these 24 MLAs, and I'll just have the numbers game up on our screen again, the NDA is still comfortably placed in Maharashtra, and therefore it's only about the future of the NCP and whether Ajit Pawar, yes.
There is no doubt about the majority of the NDA. NDA continues to enjoy the majority. They will have the chief minister, whoever they want. We are discussing whether the split in the NCP has been formalized, whether the split has given Ajit Pawar a clear 2/3 majority, and then he survives the disqualification test. But if he doesn't have 2/3 number, he is disqualified. He fails to remain as a member of legislature.
No, sure, but the biggest electoral challenge at this moment is the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. And the BJP's calculation is, thanks to the NCP leaders they've now got on their side, 11 Lok Sabha seats are now stronger than they were. At least on 11 seats, Ajit Pawar and the crew that's come with him make the BJP's position stronger in the Lok Sabha battle, which means your effort at forging opposition unity, bringing disparate opposition parties together, has suffered a blow regardless of the future of the NCP.
No. I won't argue it that way. If NCP fails to prove the 2/3 majority, all these MLAs get disqualified, then their political value becomes zero. So a very crucial issue is whether the BJP in its actions of splitting NCP, splitting MVA, weakening MVA, have they succeeded in? They have offered big plum posts to the NCP breakaway group, but if they are not able to get the support of 36 MLAs, they get disqualified.
Sir, but the political value doesn't become zero, sir, because the critical thing right now is the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Even if some of them have to go back and fight afresh under a new name, that can still happen. In the Lok Sabha elections, the opposition's effort at forging unity is weakened.
Clout of Mr. Ajit Pawar as the deputy CM and a clout of Mr. Ajit Pawar as nobody, not even an MLA. These are two different things. So let Mr. Ajit Pawar prove his majority, a two-thirds majority, 36 member. Then, of course, he'll continue to become minister. Then, of course, people on the ground assembly level will decide whether there is a treachery involved in this whole operation. And the way BJP is bringing down elected governments in Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Goa, Maharashtra, then again in Maharashtra, people have not liked it. You've seen what happened in Karnataka. So don't take it for granted that if you make somebody a minister, you're ensured of Lok Sabha victory. Karnataka is before you.
Now, the calculation in opposition, in your opposition, seems to be that you've had to postpone your Bengaluru meeting because of the embarrassment of what happened in Maharashtra, that if you'd met soon after Maharashtra, that would have been the focus. Therefore, you've said it's safer to push it till later or maybe even after the monsoon session. Is that correct?
No, I don't think. Meeting was slated to be in Shimla, but Shimla, weather-wise, it was not considered practical. Then therefore, the venue was changed to Bangalore. And see, 18 people we have to seek convenience of 18 parties. Everybody may not agree on a date. They have different issues. Some people have assembly elections, assembly sessions and all that. So usually convenient date will be found out. NCP, just one member of the 18-17 party alliance. There are problems in NCP. Yes, we take it for granted. We understand that. But there are 17 other parties, large parties. So
now, I interviewed Praful Patel yesterday and he was saying that in Patna, many of these leaders were abusing each other behind closed doors. He was part of the Patna deliberations. He said it's impossible for them to come together.
No, that is wishful thinking. But we are coming together with the sole objective of defeating Mr. Modi in the 24th election. We are coming together. There are differences. The whole purpose of getting together is to sort out these differences. What's wrong with people air their differences together and try to find a solution, amicable solution to differences? That's the whole purpose of meeting together.
I'll leave it over there for the time being. Former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Prithviraj Chavan, for joining us on the NewsTrack. Thank you very much. You're exuding confidence. Let's see how the cookie crumbles in the end. I want to go across to Jitendra Awhad. He's been nominated to be the leader of the opposition by the NCP, provided Sharad Pawar ends up holding the reins to the NCP. Mr. Awhad, welcome. In many senses, you're amongst the last men standing. You're holding that mic as if you were wielding a sword. Give us your sense of how the numbers game in the Pawar versus Pawar Mahabharat stand at this moment. Who do you think is likely to prevail, uncle or nephew, and why?
Very clear that only now 9 have taken oath. So that can be taken as a revolt or whatever it is, defection.
So you're suggesting that Ajit Pawar will have no more than 9 because the data put together by the Mumbai team of India today seems to suggest that 24 MLAs are with Ajit Pawar at this time, 14 are on the side of Sharad Pawar, 15 are undecided. You're thinking it's only 9?
Yes, 100%.
You see the meetings that happened at Ajit Pawar's residence and those who've come out and supported Ajit Pawar, that's much more than 9. You know, at least 20, I mean, our calculation is 24, but at least 20 MLAs have very clearly indicated that they at this time are on Ajit Pawar's side. So that's the reality and the writings on the wall.
It is not the confidence, it's the truth. Because after he started his campaign and probably his idea to face the revolt by the breakaway faction from Karad, and the way people are responding, I think everybody will naturally say that it is a matter of survival for us and we can't take Sharad Pawar head on. So let's go back to him and say, okay, we are with you, sir.
No, you're counting on the halo around Sharad Pawar, and it's true, the great Maratha warrior has won many a political battle in his life, but he's now 83, age is failing him, and at this time, there are many like Praful Patel, Chagan Bhujbal, Sunil Tatkare who seem to be calculating that Sharad Pawar is the past and Ajit Pawar is the present and the future.
How does it matter? A man with a willpower who himself decides to fight doesn't think of his age when he knows what his age is. It is not we who are telling him to fight. It is he who is telling us, let's come on, get up and we have to fight.
Have you spoken to Sharad Pawar since what he's calling a robbery took place in his house? What is his mental outlook at this moment? Is he confident he can outwit Ajit Pawar again?
No, I have not spoken to him the way, but I have been hearing him, and he is sad that people have failed to execute what he really thought in politics. His political ideology, his thoughts about Maharashtra have been not taken too far by the people whom he thought was his second line.
Sir, but his political actions also suggest a father's failing in picking his daughter. Many would argue that Ajit Pawar was the man on the ground, the leader well connected with the party cadre, also with voters in Maharashtra. And therefore, and Supriya Sule, with all respect to her, had done politics more at the center. It was Ajit Pawar who thought he was being groomed to take over. In the end, the father chose his daughter over his nephew, and that clearly irked Ajit Pawar no end.
But according to my gathering of information and my knowledge about Maharashtra politics, Mr. Ajit Pawar was never ever interested in national politics.
But somebody had to be chosen to run the party. Ajit Pawar was sulking. Supriya Sule was made in charge. When that press conference happened, Ajit Pawar quietly in one corner, Supriya Sule, and at that time, ironically, Praful Patel in the limelight. And that's something that had been building up. This was a rebellion that had been in the making for more than a year.
No, but she was never chosen to lead the party in Maharashtra. No. In fact, after the formation of Rashtravari Congress in 1999, the shots were always called by Shri Ajit Pawar, nobody else. At times, Mr. Sharad Pawar had to bend his decision to listen to Ajit Pawar. That we have seen every time. So Ajit Pawar was the most important party member.
From your perspective, what do you think went wrong? Why couldn't Sharad Pawar keep Ajit Pawar on board? Why did the nephew choose to walk away?
See, that probably I am not aware of. I am too small a party worker to understand what went wrong between them. But as far as I know, the ideological conflict is that is what I see the reason of factionalism.
You're just being modest there, Mr. Awhad, calling yourself a small leader. You're anything but. You've just been picked by the Sharad Pawar camp as the leader of the opposition. If that goes through, that's a big leg up for you. There's a meeting that's been called on the 5th of July. How many MLAs are you expecting to side with Sharad Pawar? How many MPs are likely to be on your side? Who do you think will win the battle to be the real NCP?
We are not yet on numbers because I am quite influenced by the Supreme Court judgment, which says that it is not legislature party who decides the political party. The political party of the political party formation depends on some other test than the only test which has now been talked on, the legislature party. Legislature party is no test for a political party.
Just stay with me for a moment, Mr. Awhad. I also want to welcome now India's #1 pollster, Access My India chief, Pradeep Gupta, who's joining us in a moment from now. I'm going to go across to Pradeep Gupta and try and understand from him the impact this will have on the Lok Sabha election. Stay with me for a moment, Pradeep. I want to ask the same question to Jitendra Awhad first. What impact do you think, Mr. Awhad, before Pradeep answers that question, do you think this whole Mahabharat could have on the Lok Sabha elections next year?
Will have a bad impact on people who have on this treachery. People are not happy with the way politics is going on in Maharashtra. This Ayaram, Gayaram kind of politics of before 1985 has been brought back through a backdoor entry. People are not liking it. And I think Karnataka was a good example for it. And you will see better example in Madhya Pradesh also. People are not liking the way the governments are being pulled down. And see, last whole year, Maharashtra was under instability. We are not talking about price rise. We are not talking about unemployment. We are not talking about GDP. We are not talking about anything which interests the common citizen's interest. We are talking about something else which is only political. Without a humanitarian touch in politics, has no meaning at all.
Jitendra Awhad, I see you're emotional and swelling up, but Chhagan Bhujbal's gone, Praful Patel's gone, Sunil Tatkare is gone. Jitendra Awhad is amongst the very few well-known, prominent leaders who are still batting for Sharad Pawar. Why did you pick Sharad Pawar over Ajit?
Well, when I started my politics in 1986 as a kid, his ideology is what I adored. And today also I adore him for his ideology. A man who understands the social character of Maharashtra, a man who knows how to treat women and give them their rights, a man who understands Ambedkar and Shahu, a man who follows Phule's ideology. There is no other than Sharad Pawar. And so I am with him.
Okay, I'll leave it there. It's an emotional moment for you. Emotions aside, let's see who wins the Pawar play. You're batting for Sharad Pawar. Thank you, Jitendra Awhad, for joining us. I want to go across to India's #1 pollster, Pradeep Gupta of Access My India. He joins me now live on the NewsTrack. And before I go across to Pradeep, I just want to walk across to the wall and show you the NCP vote share and seat share across elections. So let's take a look at how the NCP as a party in a united form has fared. This is the NCP vote share. We're going back to 1999 when the NCP had 23% of the vote share. Since then, there's been a declining trend, but even at its worst, the NCP has about 16% vote share. So the figure in 2019 was 17%. Remember, this is Sharad Pawar plus Ajit Pawar and the NCP united. This is vote share. Let's now look at the seat share of the NCP. They had 58 seats in 1999. 2004, they were actually in front and ahead of the Congress. That's when Ajit Pawar could have been made Chief Minister, and he felt betrayed because he wasn't made Chief Minister at that time, and neither was he made Chief Minister in 2009. In 2004, in fact, the NCP was the #1 party. It came down to 41 in 2014, and in 2019, the NCP stood at 54 seats. Let's look at all the parties of Maharashtra now, vote share and seat share. Remember, they fight or have fought in the past as part of an alliance, and therefore, it's very difficult to get an actual estimate of the political strength of that party because it's NCP plus Congress. So this is an aggregate vote. But if I were, just for the purpose of this conversation, to break up the party-wise vote share, the BJP in the last assembly election stood at 26, the Congress at 16, the NCP at 17, the Shiv Sena at 17, and others at 25. Let's look at the seat share broken up for the different parties. The BJP at 105, the Congress at 44, the NCP at 54, the Shiv Sena at 66. Pradeep Gupta, it is very difficult to be able to, at this moment when the situation is as fluid as it is, to gauge what the impact on 2014 will be. But you are constantly on the ground amongst the voters as part of your tracker polls. What's the best sense that you can pick up? You're also in Mumbai. From what you're seeing happen around you, if I were to go back to the seat share numbers and the vote share numbers of the NCP, how do you think these two factions are likely to fare in the next Lok Sabha and Assembly elections? Pradeep Gupta.
Yeah, so Rahul, there are two very basic things over here. One is the social, political and psychological thing, and the other is sheer numbers and the arithmetic. So let me go first to the social political scenario. Here, the NCP seems to get splitted, but the most important point in any party for that matter is founder is there. There is a difference between founder and follower. So founder is very much there in this case, and that too, the stature of Sharad Pawar, which everybody knows, you know. So in any political party, there are four very basic things. One is the founder or the president, the whole and soul, and then the MLAs and MPs and, you know, the office bearers, and then the party cadre and the organization, and then after all the people who elect or who decide which side they are. So this is very important here. And when it comes to NCP, at this point of time, what we can see is, let's talk one by one. Founder is very much there on grounded, and he is very, very tall leader. There is not a single % doubt on that. Coming to the MLAs and MP, it is MPs. As far as MPs go, it seems 50-50% kind of 2 or 2-3 kind of a thing. But MLA also, if you see, as you mentioned some time back, only 24 seems to be on the side of Ajit as of now, out of 53 or 54. So this is the equation at this point of time. Not even half the mark is crossed, and they need to cross at least 2/3 mark to avoid the anti-defection law. So this is the scenario on the social political front. Now let's talk about the arithmetic, as you want to know. 1 year back, in Maharashtra, the situation was 3:1, meaning Shiv Sena, NCP, Congress one side, BJP other side. And last year, what had happened? Shiv Sena got split, and large section of Shiv Sena MLAs and MPs shifted to this side, which is NDA or UT, we call it in Maharashtra. So that time the equation was 2.5 versus 1.5 for the simple arithmetic reason. Uddhav and some UBT remains with this MVA and NCP and Congress. I call it 2.5, which actually arithmetically is 62% versus 38%. So this was the equation till yesterday. Now, what had happened? NCP, another section comes and joined this side of the government, which is the UT government, though it seems 2:2. But in reality, we'll have to wait and see whether, like Shiv Sena, how many MLAs switching the sides and coming this side of the Ajit Pawar side. And I just take it for the granted, it would be then 2.5:1.5. When I say 1.5, quarter of NCP, if that is the case, same like Shiv Sena, the larger section of the MLAs and MPs switch the side and come this side, then it will be quarter plus quarter and the Congress, which is coming to 1.5 versus 2.5. So this is the arithmetic at this point of time, what you see on the ground.
2.5 versus 1.5 would suggest the BJP benefits. Syed Zafar Islam is joining us, and I'll put this question to him in a moment, but I want you to respond, because the primary concern is, because you know the likes of Kirit Somaiya, for example, have been doing press conference after press conference alleging that the same people who are now part of the Mahayuti, the NDA in Maharashtra, are actually corrupt, and now they're on the side of the BJP. Does this matter at all? Perception, corruption, fair play, morality? Or do you think jiski lathi uski bhais, if you're strong on the ground, you can bring voters on your side, public perception be damned?
No, Rahul,
No, one second. I'm asking that question to Pradeep Gupta. I'm just coming to you, Zafar Bhai, in a moment. Let him respond to that.
Rahul, let me tell you, when it comes to people, they decide who is the credible at that point of time when they go and cast the vote. Whoever they found is the credible, they go and elect him. Or the alliance. Here we are talking about the alliance in that sense, what you are referring to 2024. So it is interesting to see how people react to it. The NCP, whether they are with the Sharad Pawar or whether they are with the Ajit Pawar, or when we say Ajit Pawar, it's not actually Ajit Pawar. Actually, it is going to be NDA in 2024. So at that point of time, it will be very interesting to see whether they are with Sharad Pawar and alliance of what you call UPA or Mahagathbandhan or whatever you call it, the opposition side of the challenger, and one side is the incumbent alliance, which is the NDA. So this will be very interesting to see, and trust me, people always see the performance and the credibility. As I always say, the Vade, Dave, Nirade, based on this, people make their choices.
Okay, I'll leave it over there. Pradeep Gupta, thank you for joining us. Pradeep didn't do this, but if I just play amateur cephalogist and do a quick back of the book calculation by a 2.5, 1.5 ratio, the NDA could possibly bag in the range of 30 seats in the next Lok Sabha elections, which is what the Mood of the Nation done by India Today was projecting was earlier being won by the UPA, and therefore this is a complete shift from there. But that's the question. Now, Zafar Islam, respond to Pradeep Gupta, this Vade, Irade thing that he's saying, that people look at credibility, they look at performance, and public perception at some level does matter. You're now taking all those people against whom BJP leaders were doing charges, press conferences. The Prime Minister said last week that the NCP leaders have 70,000 crore rupees of corruption charges against them. Now most of them are batting for you, sir.
Well, Rahul, the party doesn't punish anyone. We can make noise, but it is the responsibility of the legal system, judiciary, as well as the agencies which pursue the cases. If they were there happily and discharging all the responsibilities associated with a legislator, then they might as well do it here as well. So, had that been a problem, then they would have been fired by Sharad Pawar, those people who were there earlier.
No, but Sharad Pawar wasn't doing it, which is why your party was attacking them. Your party was claiming that you were a party with a difference. It's not just what the investigative agencies do. The fact that they're now part of the BJP alliance gives them some kind of a legal shield. That's the reality.
I think what Pradeep ji has said very candidly and clearly, that the performance and the credibility is something which people will evaluate. And you have seen the performance of India government. You have seen how the development is taking place and how we are prioritizing development and improving the life of a common man on the street rather than going for position, because we are already in the government. They have joined us because they feel that the credibility of the Honorable Prime Minister is very, very strong in the eyes of the people, because he is a performer, he is seen as a performer, and he also is seen that he is somebody who is taking the initiative to safeguard the interests of the common man, and also in introducing many welfare schemes to address the concern of the common man. So there is a credibility issue which is very strong here, and also the developmental approach which we have, which is being also seen on the ground, is something which people definitely appreciate.
Matthew Anthony, no matter what happens in the public court, yes.
Away from that, if you just see the opposition parties, MVA, everybody is vying for power. They want to have some position. Because they're in a position of weakness. They want to have grab power. So they want to come together because these are the people who have not done for the people, and that's why they are being.
So, but that's exactly what you've done as well. Ajit Pawar hasn't come because of the love of his heart. He's come because of the sake of power. It's not as if he's come suddenly because he's converted to your ideology. You promised him deputy CM-ship, which is why he's now on your side, sir.
No, but you have heard him saying that I have joined NDA purely because I want to be part of the success story, the development which is taking place.
Surely, even you know that he's just saying that take away deputy CM-ship from his side, or the 9 people who've joined with him, then we'll see how many still stay with you. That's the reality. So
he's a strong leader, and people know that he's a very strong leader in Maharashtra.
No, sure, he is a strong leader, no doubt, which is why you wanted him. He is a force multiplier for you. Matthew Anthony, if you listen to what Pradeep Gupta said about this 2.5, 1.5, then the last...
we will give it 48 seats.
In the last Mood of the Nation poll, the UPA was shown doing well in Maharashtra and Bihar. You know, what happens in Bihar is still a question mark, but in Maharashtra, just the electoral arithmetic has been re-engineered now, where it's very clearly advantage BJP at this moment, unless Sharad Pawar can pull more of those 24 MLAs back.
Rahul, thanks for giving me the chance. I've been waiting for some time, but now let me come and address to you on your points. Before the numbers, let me tell you, this is the land of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and BJP has backstabbed and broke the bread with 2 parties which had its origin in Maharashtra. That is one of Bal Thakkare Shiv Sena and one of Sharad Pawar's NCP. The people of Maharashtra is not going to forgive this, because this is betrayal of its first order. So the kind of order which they are building upon the Prime Minister's image, which is on the taxpayers' money, is falling down apart, and all the liberties which the BJP is taking under the cover of the Prime Minister's branding on the constitutional niceties and democracy is going to hit back onto them. Let's wait, it's only a 12 to 14 months time, let's wait and see the results of that one. And the same BJP and the same Shiv Sena who has been calling out Ajit Pawar, Hassan Mushrif, Chhagan Bhujbal, Praful Patel have now become bed partners.
No,
How can this be?
that's the morality
How
play.
can this be?
Ultimately,
So
many
there
of
is
them are strong leaders on the ground.
I'm not
BJP
disagreeing
thinks
that,
that they've
Rahul.
become stronger on 11 seats because of the presence of some of the leaders who've come on board, the likes of Chhagan Bhujbal, Sunil Tatkare, very formidable leaders in their neck of the woods.
I'm not disagreeing, but the people of Maharashtra are also watching the betrayals and the backstabbing. This is
Does
unprincipled.
Pradeep Gupta, does sympathy matter? Can Sharad Pawar...
Of course it matters.
Let him answer this. Is sympathy a factor or is just sheer electoral muscle more important?
Now, the sympathy is very important factor in people's mind, but it is also important who is contesting as against the sympathy. Whether sympathy is riding on the other side as well by the virtue of the performance and the credibility, that is also very important. So I would say when it comes to Lok Sabha, when the fight is up against the Modi, then things will be different. And when the state election, then things will be, I see at this point of time, Sharad Pawarji's Pallada seems to be bhari when it comes to assembly election at this point of time.
Okay.
Out of the sympathy, I would say this.
Okay, that's an important takeaway from Pradeep Gupta. I want to thank Pradeep Gupta, Zafar Islam and Matthew Anthony for joining us. I want to take a quick look at what's happening in Bihar, where the Maharashtra aftershocks are being felt in Patna as well. Could there be a split in the JDU on the cards? Nothing's happened in the JDU to indicate that MLAs may switch, but we've had the likes of Chirag Paswan, Sushil Kumar Modi, part of the NDA, who are saying that many MLAs are unhappy with Nitish Kumar and that they may switch. Nitish Kumar himself is individually meeting each MLA, trying to ensure that his house stays in order.
The tremors of the political quake in Maharashtra are being felt all the way in Bihar.
आरजेडी को छोड़कर आने के बाद जब उनके 45 एमएलए चुनकर आए थे नीतीश कुमार जी की, उसके बावजूद भी मतलब उनको मुख्यमंत्री पद दे दिया था, लेकिन कुछ दिनों के बाद वो फिर आरजेडी के पास चले गए। तो इसीलिए एमएलए में विधायकों में नाराजगी है और बिहार में भी इसी तरह का बंड हो सकता है।
On Sunday, Bihar CM Nitish Kumar met his MLAs.
हम लोग एकजुट रहें, माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने यही कहा कि हम लोग एकजुट रहें और पार्टी जो काम कर रही है उसको आगे बढ़ते रहना चाहिए। कहीं कोई परेशानी है तो फिर हमको बताइए।
न सीआईडी है न कोई गबन का आरोप है, सब पर जो कुछ हो, लेकिन नीतीश बाबू का ही नाम विपक्ष नहीं बोल रहा है, अमित शाह भी नहीं बोल रहे हैं, न प्रधानमंत्री बोल रहे हैं। तो नीतीश बाबू योग भी है और हर गुणवत्ता उनमें है।
State BJP president said the cat among the pigeons by declaring that several leaders from Nitish Kumar's JDU were willing to defect because they were unhappy with the Bihar CM.
बिहार की जनता नीतीश कुमार जी को एक घंटा मुख्यमंत्री नहीं देखना चाहती और विधायकों में डर पैदा हो गया है कि अब नीतीश कुमार जी के साथ रहेंगे तो नैया मेरी डूब जाएगी।
The political chatter in Bihar went into overdrive with this admission by the JDU president Lallan Singh.
7,000 करोड़ रुपए के घोटाला में एनसीपी के नेता फंसे हुए हैं, तो वो जितने थे सब तो वॉशिंग मशीन में चले गए। ये डर दिखा के लोगों को भयभीत करके धन बल का प्रयोग करके ये सब काम करते हैं।
Other Bihar netas also fueled the fire.
मुख्यमंत्री तो जनता के बीच जाते नहीं और जब जब गए उनका भी विरोध ही हुआ है। ऐसे में एक असंतोष मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार जी की पार्टी में है। बहुत जल्द जनता दल यूनाइटेड में भी एक बड़ी टूट संभव है।
As reports of a Bihar rebellion gained steam, BJP neta and former deputy CM Sushil Modi declared that the party's doors were closed for Nitish Kumar.
नीतीश कुमार के बारे में तो पहले ही अमित शाह जी ने साफ कर दिया है कि किसी कीमत पर नीतीश कुमार को हम स्वीकार नहीं करेंगे और से वो नाक भी रगड़ेंगे आकर बीजेपी के दरवाजे पर, तो भी बीजेपी कभी नीतीश कुमार को भी स्वीकार नहीं करेगी और नहीं ढोने के लिए और भविष्य में तैयार है।
Ahead of 2024, will Maharashtra coup rewrite political equations in other states too? Bureau Report, India Today.
We'll keep tracking the political drama as it plays out in Maharashtra. I'm slipping into a break. When we come back, violent protests in France continue for the 6th straight day. Remember, in a few days from now, Prime Minister Modi will be the chief guest at the Bastille Day celebration. So we'll get your ground report from Paris when we come back on the other side of a quick break.
But the police officers are
The India Today Group is pleased to announce the launch of a brand new online portal for our Best Colleges survey, featuring 6 years of ranking data as well as a wealth of granular information on thousands of institutes of higher learning. Our interactive portal offers easy access, analysis and guidance to our Best Colleges of India survey results for over 2,000 colleges across 14 streams. We invite everyone to visit our site, bestcolleges.indiatoday.in, and we wish aspiring students all the very best.
People often donate heart and eyes, but now you can also donate your skin. North India's first skin bank is ready in Delhi's Safdarjung Hospital. Eligible disease donors can donate skin and give someone a new lease of life. Burn victims can immensely benefit from these skin banks for their graft surgeries.
स्किन बैंकिंग में ये खास बात है कि इसमें कोई मैचिंग की जरूरत नहीं है. कोई भी पेशेंट स्किन डोनेट कर सकता है. उस मरीज की उस डिजीज की दी हुई स्किन किसी भी दूसरे मरीज में इस्तेमाल हो सकती है. ना कोई ब्लड ग्रुपिंग मैचिंग चाहिए, ना कोई और HLA मैचिंग चाहिए. और जिसमें ये स्किन हमने लगाई है उसको जीवन में कोई स्टेरॉइड और इम्यूनोसप्रेसेंट्स खाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है.
Safdarjung Hospital authorities are also doing everything they can to make people aware about skin donation. With the help of specialized equipment and proven techniques, donated skin is processed and stored in bank before transplantation.
इतने सारे वार्ड्स हैं जो भी नए डॉक्टर्स ज्वाइन करते हैं, जूनियर रेजिडेंट्स हैं, वो ज्वाइन करते हैं तो उनको सेमिनार्स लेके उनको इन्फॉर्म करके उनको बताया जाएगा. डेथ फॉर्म है, जब हम लोग उसको साइन करते हैं तो उसमें भी हम सोच सकते हैं कि हम उसमें भी ऐड करा दें कि हम आई डोनेशन के लिए विलिंग हैं और स्किन डोनेशन के लिए विलिंग हैं.
As of now, there are 16 skin banks across the country, and here's hoping that this latest center in Delhi opens the doors for many more such skin banks in India. With Neetu Jha, Bureau Report, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Violence and protests have been raging across France for nearly a week now. The Macron government has banned demonstrations in some cities and deployed thousands of police personnel. But the situation seems to be spiraling out of control.
Arson, looting and riots. France is swept by a storm of violence. Amidst the flare-up, visibly anguished, hundreds of mourners took to solemn procession from a mosque to a hillside cemetery to bury 17-year-old Nahel, whose killing by police has triggered days of rioting and looting across the nation. The government, in a bid to control the flare-up, has banned demonstrations in some cities and issued travel warnings. The protests in France were marked by pillaging of shops, including flagship branches of Louis Vuitton, Nike, Zara and Apple. Disturbing footage captured the rioters looting shops.
The protests are going to end soon, or at least an organized kind of protest. So it might be more random attacks during the day or the night to buildings and cars. But I think if it's going to finish, I think everything is going to finish.
In the Paris suburb Les Roses, attackers rammed a car into the house of the mayor, injuring his wife as she tried to flee with their 2 children. The government deployed 45,000 police to city streets across the nation to head off a 5th night of violence. Over 2,000 people have been arrested overall since the teen's death on Tuesday. As France continues to seethe with rage, President Emmanuel Macron on Saturday scrapped an official trip to Germany. This comes the day after Macron was ridiculed for partying at an Elton John concert while France was engulfed by violent riots. Officials hope that a turning point may have been reached, that rioters are losing energy thanks to the security crackdown and the massive unpopularity of their actions. With Maria Guilia, Bureau Report, India Today.
This is where I wrap up the news track tonight. Our teams are out on the ground across Maharashtra tracking all the political developments there. We're also looking at the impact the Mahabharat is having on other parts of the country and the build-up to the 2024 elections. We'll keep getting you the best political coverage in India. I want to thank you for joining me on the news track, and I look forward to seeing you 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Till then, from all of us here, goodbye, good night.
So how does one log off? Limit yourself to one screen at a time. Spring clean your social media accounts. Use apps to bolster self-control. Don't charge your phone near your bed. Set time boundaries in usage. Use your gadgets thoughtfully. Think about whether you actually need to use your laptop or whether you need to use your phone. Is there any work really, or just using it mindlessly? Do you really need to watch TV, or you'd rather go for a walk or even take a nap, which is actually more relaxing, more refreshing?
If you ask an average person, they'll say, oh, I'm on social media for about 10-15 minutes or maybe a little bit more in there. I'm not typically there. But if they start actually analyzing their time, and there are apps and features available on these gadgets, they then come to realize that I was putting so many hours more.
Prioritizing offline relationships and getting a glimpse of what real life offers brings real joy. Try it.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 41 and minimum 29 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 30 and minimum 27 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 36 and minimum 28 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 27 and minimum 21 degrees. Chennai, maximum 29 and minimum 25 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 34 and minimum 23 degrees.
The world of wellness has advanced. Cryotherapies are now being used increasingly for fitness rehabilitation.
It is very cold. I'm dying.
They help as anti-inflammatory treatments and can treat the entire body. Beat the face with a cryofacial that helps puffiness of the face, cryo body sculpting that helps you get rid of stubborn fat by freezing fat cells, cryo for localized pain, and cryo baths that help you recover from any aches and pains. Where do we even begin? Let's start with cryo baths. The ice baths are now replaced with the state-of-the-art chambers where you jump in minus 110 degrees Celsius once a week or as guided by your doctor. All of this to tackle inflammation in your body or specifically for a post-workout recovery to help your muscles recover.
Alright, so what I'm doing here is the power of ice. I'm going to show you the power of ice on my face with a cryofacial. I'll get a cryotherapy done and show you what an ice bath can do to you when it comes to recovery from a lot of inflammation and a lot of fatigue that your body goes through because of exercising or injuries or any kind of rehabilitation that you require. And of course, what I'll be doing is a localized cryo treatment in this sequence where we're going to show you the power of ice in a wellness setup. First, I'm going to start with a lovely refresher because why not? Summer/monsoon is here. I would love a refresher for my face. So let's see how the power of ice really changes my skin.
Depends on which center you're doing this and the technology that they're using. One session of this refreshing yet freezing cryotherapy will cost you anywhere between 5,000 to 12,000 rupees. Cryotherapy is excellent for pain relief. The variety of conditions they're being used for include fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, post-workout recovery, aches and pains, inflammation in the body, osteoarthritis, amongst many others. Just in case you're not very keen on the full body cryo or the cryo bath and have highly localized pain, it can also be treated with the help of this machine at a wellness clinic. Are you worried you're going to be catching a cold or freeze inside? Actually not. Here is why. Whole body cryo helps release endorphins or feel-good hormones straight after the treatment, and it is perfect for anyone who needs a quick lift me up. Celebrities are making this chilling ice therapy quite popular. Will Smith, Alicia Keys, Mandy Moore, Demi Moore, the New York Knicks, Jennifer Aniston, Jessica Alba, Cristiano Ronaldo, Daniel Craig are just few of the celebrities who have raved about it on their social media handles. In New Delhi, Chaiti Narula for India Today.
Oh, sorry. भाई और बहनों, नीतीश कुमार एंड बैंड की प्रस्तुति। आज मेरे यार की शादी है, फीचरिंग राहुल गांधी। रेडी 1 2 1 2 2 2 2 2। तुमको बागडोर थमा दी है, तुमको बागडोर थमा दी है, डोर थमा दी है, तुमने उम्मीद बढ़ा दी है, तुमको बागडोर थमा दी है, तुमको बागडोर थमा दी है। लगता है गठबंधन को एक राह दिखा दी है, तुमको बागडोर थमा दी है, तुमको बागडोर थमा दी है। वक्त की ये जरूरत, आएगा शुभ मुहूर्त, देखो सारे जमा है, ठाकरे शरद और राउत, ठाकरे शरद और राउत, खुशी से झूमे है मन, बना है ये गठबंधन, कैसे संजोग मिले हैं, सारे हम लोग मिले हैं, सारे हम लोग मिले हैं। इस गठबंधन ने मोदी सरकार हिला दी है, तुमको बागडोर थमा 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 दी है।
Good evening, viewers. Let's take a look at the weather report across the major cities this evening. Thiruvananthapuram is at 27 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 28. Mumbai is at 31 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 101. Panji is at 28 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 76. Ahmedabad is at 34 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 74. Bhopal is at 31 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 53. Jaipur is at 34 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 75. Delhi is at 37 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 185. Srinagar is at 16 degrees Celsius with AQI being 52. Lucknow is at 34 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 144. Patna is at 33 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 195. Kolkata is at 36 degrees with an AQI of 144. Hyderabad is at 29 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 131. Bangalore is at 24 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 57. Chennai is at 30 degrees Celsius with an AQI of 81. This is all we have for you in this segment. Hope wherever you are, you find favorable weather around you. Keep watching India Today for all the weather updates with me, AI Sana, all through the day.
Co-presented by Star Health Insurance, the health insurance specialist.
Co-presented by JK Tyre Ranger Series, stay wild at heart. Co-presented by Hefler, let's reimagine. Powered by NECC, Sunday Hoya Monday, Rose Khao Monday. Co-powered by Watcho OTT, Super App.
One है तो done है.
Good evening, hello and welcome. You're with the news today. Monday night, this is your primetime destination news. Newsmakers talking points. The big talking point, has the BJP torpedoed the opposition unity project? That's right, that's the question we're going to raise. It's at a time of what we call power play or Pawar play. Ajit Pawar versus Sharad Pawar. Is that the new battle line? Praful Patel is among my exclusive newsmakers tonight. But first, as always, it's time for the 9 headlines at 9. The war in the NCP intensifies as Sharad Pawar sacks nephew Ajit and 8 other rebels, including Praful Patel. Ajit declares he is the real NCP, says he needs 36 MLAs to evade anti-defection law. He has many more, he claims. Maharashtra quake, tremors now felt in Bihar. State BJP president claims many MLAs are unhappy with Nitish Kumar. Round 2 of United Opposition meet that was to be held in Bengaluru is pushed to the 17th of July. Trouble mounts for former Bihar Chief Minister Lalu Yadav's family. CBI files a charge sheet in the land for job scam. Lalu, Rabri and Tejaswi among those named. Parliamentary panel on uniform civil code to meets in the national capital. BSP and Uddhav Sena back the One Nation, One Law. Congress questions the timing.
No bail for former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. Delhi court rejects his bail plea in a Likhagate case. Enforcement Directorate heat now on industrialist Anil Ambani, grilled for alleged 2020 foreign exchange violation case. Ahead of Panchayat polls, violence continues unabated in Bengal. Governor gives 48 hours ultimatum to Mamata Banerjee to take action against pre-poll violence. Khalistani hate plot against India. Indian diplomats on Khalistani hit list. External Affairs Minister Jai Shankar requests Canada, US to not give space to Khalistanis. France on the edge. No end to arson and violence. Suburban mayor's home set on fire. President Macron ramps up surveillance. The big story, a day after Ajit Pawar pulled a Maha surprise and took oath as the new Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, the Pawar versus Pawar battle is now escalating. Today, Sharad Pawar expelled two of his key aides, Praful Patel and Sunil Tatkare, from the party, Patel being held as the mastermind of the revolt plot. Ajit Pawar, though, claims that he is the real NCP and a majority of the MLAs are with him and not with his uncle Sharad Pawar. The big story, the power play in Maharashtra and its implications for the state and national politics.
A battle of perception. A battle of numbers. A battle of the Pawars. A day after Ajit Pawar pulled a Maha surprise and took oath as new Deputy CM of Maharashtra, the war over who's the real NCP is peaking. A day after he made it clear he did not approve of the rebellion, NCP chief Sharad Pawar, in a symbolic message to his rivals, visited the memorial of his mentor and state's first CM, Yashwantrao Chavan, in Karad. The NCP patriarch blamed the BJP for the crisis in his party.
भारतीय जनता पार्टीच्या माध्यमातून समाजामध्ये जातीमध्ये धर्मामध्ये एक प्रकारचं वेगळं वातावरण तयार करण्याचा प्रयत्न केला जातो.
Sharad Pawar isn't holding back. He's cracked the whip now.
आणि हे शरद पवारांचे कालचे पत्र ज्यामध्ये सुनील तटकरे आणि प्रफुल्ल पटेल यांना पक्षातून निलंबित करण्यात आलेलं आहे. तुम्हाला पक्षातून निलंबित केलेले असताना तुम्हाला नेतृत्व म्हणजे तुम्हाला एकतर कायदेशीर अधिकारच नाहीत नेमणुका करण्याचे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मध्ये सुद्धा.
NCP approached the Maharashtra Assembly Speaker and the Election Commission, appointing Jitendra Awhad as the new NCP Chief Whip and Leader of Opposition. Meanwhile, Ajit Pawar has been a busy man, holding meets with his loyalists and then meeting with Devendra Fadnavis as well. The breakaway NCP faction also appointed Sunil Tatkare as the state party chief.
बहुसंख्य आमदार हे राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस पक्षाबरोबर आमच्याबरोबर आहेत. काही आमच्या 9 लोकांना नोटीस वगैरे काढली, त्यांना काही नोटीस काढण्याचा अधिकार नाहीये. शेवटी पक्ष आणि चिन्ह हे आमच्याबरोबर आहे असं आमचा ठाम विश्वास आहे.
So who's got the edge now out of the Pawars? Out of the total 53 NCP MLAs in the Maharashtra Assembly, India Today has learned that Ajit Pawar's camp had 24 MLAs, while Pawar camp had 14 MLAs, while 15 of them were still undecided.
The anti-defection law says that a group of lawmakers can only leave a party to join another party when they have support of at least 2/3 of the majority of the total MLAs from the original party. As per this rule, Ajit Pawar needs backing of more than 36 MLAs out of 54 which got elected in 2019 assembly polls. With camera person Kiran Sakpal, Ritvik Bhalekar, India Today, Mumbai.
Joining me now is our newsmaker tonight, NCP leader and the former Union Minister Praful Patel joins me. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Patel. The big question, till yesterday morning you were seen to be Mr. Pawar's closest ally aide. Today you've been expelled from the party by the same Mr. Sharad Pawar for anti-party activities. What has suddenly happened? Why did you decide to leave your mentor, your friend, your guru?
Well, today is Guru Purnima, so my pranams to my Guru, and let me be honest, Rajdeep, that as far as being with Mr. Pawar, he's always been very nice to me and I have always stood by him. So the relationship at a personal level will never change. And I can also tell you that as far as this entire episode is concerned, let me put it only in the perspective that this is a decision taken by the party. This is not an individual decision of Praful Patel or Ajit Pawar. And therefore, a large number of, whether it's elected representatives, a large number of party workers, party organization people have come together and taken a decision to join this government.
No, but who is the question is, who is the party? Is the faction that you belong to the party or the faction that Mr. Sharad Pawar and Supriya Sule are a part of? Because she wrote a letter this evening saying you and Sunil Tatkare should be acted against for disciplinary activities, anti-party activities, and within an hour of that you have been expelled from the party that you were a founder member of. So Mr. Pawar seems to suggest you, Ajit Pawar and others are the ones who are guilty of mass indiscipline.
Well, anyway, these are things, you know, Rajdeep, in such situations, there's always, you know, somebody saying it's like a tu-tu meme game. So I don't want to get into that at all. There are various forums which decide all these things. Let's leave it at that. No? The fact, as I'm saying, is that without being a vast majority of people who supported a decision of this kind, do you think we would be a part of a government? After all, whether we have taken a step and the people who have accepted us for taking that step would not be doing such things without having the, you know, the background prepared to take such a decision, isn't it?
No, but is it the vast majority? I mean, how many MLAs do you have out of the 54 NCP MLAs? How many are with you? Let's be very clear. You are saying vast majority are backing your action. Mr. Pawar seems to indicate that's not true.
Well, anyway, I can only tell you there's a vast majority of people, including the vast majority of MLAs also, who are supporting this decision. So that's why I said, you know, that's why I repeat, it's a party decision. It is not a decision of Mr. Ajit Pawar.
But Sharad Pawar isn't Sharad Pawar your party president?
As I said,
Mr.
again,
Praful Patel, isn't Sharad Pawar your party president? Isn't Mr. Sharad Pawar your party president?
Well, he is. He is our party president, but I am also his working president, appointed by him after a process of you know, going through a working committee. I have not been appointed just for the, you know, namesake, by just a fiat. I have also been appointed by him only after following a due process. And I don't think that anything what we have done would be constituted to be something, you know, which goes against the interest of the party. At the end of the day, please tell me that if a large number of people, a vast majority of the people want to take a certain decision, and mind you, this is not some sudden surprise, you know, this kind of decision has been discussed and debated in the party on various occasions. It's not that suddenly one fine day we have woken up. After all, just look at it. If the only objection is that the BJP is a pariah and we should not be going with the BJP, then why did we tie up with the Shiv Sena, which has been an ally of the BJP earlier for 25 years and probably has far more radical outlook on various issues than even the BJP? So I don't think, whether it is a Shiv Sena earlier decision or today a BJP decision should really be looked upon as something which could not have been, it's not like an untouchable decision.
Let's get this very clear. You are saying these issues have been debated in your party fora. Are you telling me that Sharad Pawar was taken into confidence? You discussed the decision to go with the BJP with Sharad Pawar, because he has indicated that even if there was such a discussion, he was very clear he was not going to go along with it. So I want clarity from you. Did you discuss this with Mr. Sharad Pawar? Did it at any stage have his blessings, his consent?
No, I have followed your question, Rajdeep. The point here is discussion and debate and decision. Okay, I agree with you. Final decision was maybe, not finally taken by him, but the vast majority of the party did take a decision, and that's why this is a situation where Mr. Ajit Pawar was sworn in, and along with others as a minister and a deputy chief minister in the government of Maharashtra.
Did it have his blessings? Did it have his consent at any stage? Did it have his consent at any stage, or is this a decision you took against his consent? Against his wishes?
Well, I don't think I don't think I will speak too much about Mr. Pawar's role in as many ways as, because you see what happens is, I will not want to enter into a debate or a unsavory discussion as far as Mr. Pawar is concerned. Well, I leave it to you and your discretion to understand what I am trying to say, but I would only say that there was discussion and debate on this issue on various occasions, and also the fact that if we can go with the Shiv Sena in the past, we can align with the Shiv Sena for a pre-poll alliance for the future. We can also look at working with the BJP. I don't think there is any much difference ideologically or otherwise between the BJP or the Shiv Sena.
But let's get this clear. You were 10 days ago in Patna with Mr. Pawar and Supriya Sule as part of the Mahagathbandhan meeting, the opposition meeting that was going on. I want to understand from you, what made you all decide then 10 days later to go with the BJP, or today to go with the BJP? You're saying this was discussed, there was a dialogue. I want to understand what is the main compulsion that led you to go with the BJP and not be with the opposition, of which you were part of only till the other day?
Well, I certainly did attend the Patna meeting. Mr. Pawar as the president and Supriya and myself as working presidents did accompany him. And I can also tell you that whatever I saw there doesn't inspire confidence at all. These 17 parties, and I'm not trying to say that the first meeting is the last meeting, which makes all the difference, but you can see, you can sense. I've also been in politics for so many years. I've been in parliament since 1991. After 32 years, if I don't understand the pulse, I have also seen the governments of Deve Gowda and Gujral. I have seen the government of VP Singh and Chandrasekhar ji. I have seen seen means as a citizen, the government of Morarji Desai and Charan Singh. So these are all, many instances of such experiments in the past. And today the people are very clear. You see elections, people want to vote decisively, one way or the other. They've understood that coalition governments don't work. The UPA, of which we were a part, worked well because the central party, the Congress, in the first instance had about 145 MPs, but there were 64 MPs of the left parties which were supporting a government unilaterally without any expectation. So a 200 plus number invited another 30, 40, 50, 60 MPs to join, and that changed the complexion. Second time Congress got 206 seats, and it changed the complexion because then you needed far lesser people to support the government. So that's the point. You see, you need a central strong party. And that doesn't exist today, unfortunately. Anybody, would you like to take a guess that somebody is going to get 150 seats to be able to support a coalition around that number?
So you're saying you all went with the BJP because you believe the BJP can provide a certain stable magnet, a stable leadership, which you believe the Mahagathbandhan cannot. How will you then respond to the fact, Mr. Patel, that there are critics of you and your and the revolt, like Prithviraj Chavan, former Maharashtra Chief Minister, who says, please call this NCP ED because the Enforcement Directorate has targeted many of you, including yourself. That's why, for protection, you have joined the BJP. This is not about anything else but power and protection.
I want to say one thing only about myself. There is no case against me. So let's not talk about that. The second thing is, in such situations, everybody just wants to hurl, accusations at one another. So that's a easy fodder for, such kind of conversation. Just because I don't like you, some wild allegation. Let it be at that.
No, these are not wild allegations. Ajit Pawar has Enforcement Directorate cases. Chhagan Bhujbal has Enforcement Directorate cases. Mr. Tatkare is being investigated, and you too. Your properties were attached. You too had inquiries. How can you deny it?
I am sorry. You are wrong. You are wrong. There is no case, and please let us not get into all these kind of, if somebody just wants to start, you are on television and you just want to start some, a roving investigation on your own, I can't answer that.
No, but Devendra Fadnavis, sir, said openly that he would make sure that Ajit Pawar does chakki pissing. In fact, the Prime Minister a week ago said that the irrigation scam, cooperative scam are evidence of ghotala in the NCP. Now the same NCP is joining hands with the BJP. What's the message, sir, to the voters of Maharashtra?
Well, I don't think there is anything, at least from our side, to clarify. So please, I can only say that we have taken a decision based on a larger party platform, and that decision has been implemented yesterday.
What happens then, sir, to the future of the NCP? You've got a situation where Supriya Sule was made working president along with you. Now we are told that you have dismissed Jayant Patil as the Maharashtra NCP president. Sunil Tatkare has been made the president. Ajit Pawar is likely to take over the party. What happens to the NCP? Will the NCP survive, or will we now have a battle for NCP symbol, party offices? You will battle your own guru on all these issues?
No, I don't have anything to say about my guru. Please don't again bring him again and again.
No, but the battle over the party, the battle for the party, this is a battle for party symbol.
Rajdeep, there are forums to decide all that. Na? This is not to be decided by you and me on television. Na? That will be based on hard facts, that will be based on certain principles which are laid down, and that will be established in due course. That you and me sitting here cannot give you a number, an estimate of what that answer of or what that adjudicating authority will decide. So my point here is, we would like to see that still we remain one united family. Nobody is wanting here to say that our house should be divided. You may see differences for a few days. Maybe what makes you think that tomorrow we could all not sit together and say, all right, something has been decided. Maybe we all go along with that.
No, 1 minute. You're telling me something very important. You're not ruling out. You're not ruling out the possibility that Mr. Sharad Pawar, Supriya Sule, Ajit Pawar, yourself, Chhagan Bhujbal, all of you come back together in one happy family? You're not ruling that out?
Why should I rule it out? Why can't we all go along with the decision taken? We could always all say, all right, fine, that's all right, we can all work together, whatever. Sometimes there are always two views. I'm sure in your editorial meetings you all have different views, and sometimes you disagree, but at the end of the day you come out as like a happy, smiling family, isn't it? So that could happen in politics, it could happen anywhere, in any sphere of life.
But an editorial meeting is not a political party. I think the people of Maharashtra want to know, is the NCP going to hold together, or are there going to be two factions, NCP Sharad Pawar, NCP Ajit Pawar, one aligned to the BJP, one aligned to the Congress?
Well, I think, we are assuming too early what will happen tomorrow. So I don't want to hazard I'm not a fortune teller that I know exactly what will happen after a week, 15 days, 1 month, 2 months, or whatever the time frame. Let's wait, let's see. As of now, whatever decision has been taken as a party. We stand by it, and we'll hopefully accept and implement things as they go along.
One final question. There is talk that you are the link between Delhi and Mumbai. You are being called the mastermind of what has happened, and there is even talk that you could become a minister if Mr. Modi decides to expand his cabinet. Are you the mastermind? Are you the person who is the link between Amit Shah and Mr. Modi on one side and the Maharashtra NCP on the other?
Rajdeep, again, please don't, try to expand the sphere and scope of our conversation. I have had, or we have had, no conversation about anyone's role, including mine, in Delhi or in the government. I am just telling you very clearly, neither is anybody a mastermind. This mastermind is the whole party. The mastermind is the entire decision-making process of all the people put together. It's not been done by me or one person or two people. That's why I'm saying, please don't take this as a decision taken for some consideration here or there. It's a larger platform on which everybody's tried to see common ground, whatever it may be. For some it may be a great decision, for some it may not be a good decision. I don't know. It depends which way you look at the glass half full or half empty.
No, but I'm told that the only reason you took this decision.
Let's see how things unfold.
No, but isn't it only about power? The fact is, NCP wants to be in power. You can't live without power. That's the only ideology that holds you all. You all wanted to be in power at all costs, even if it means tying up with the BJP and Eknath Shinde. You wanted to be in power at all costs. That's what it is. Narendra Modi for you is about power.
Rajdeep, please don't shoot off so early. Then why did we form a government after losing the election in 2019? We didn't win, na? Congress and NCP fought an election together as an alliance. We didn't win the election. Shiv Sena and BJP formed a government together. I mean, they had fought an election together. They were to form a government. They had differences. We ultimately went with somebody. Just why? Because ideology or for power?
Okay. Let's leave it there. You're claiming, therefore,
so don't. It's very nice. It's very convenient to say something when it suits you and say something else when it doesn't suit you.
Okay. Praful Patel, you're in a combative mood. We'll wait and see how this plays out with your guru and the shishya over the days ahead. I wish you well.
No, I'm not in any mood. I'm in a very nice mood.
Okay. I hope so. I wish you well. Thank you very much. Praful Patel joining me there from the NCP.
Thank you.
Mr. Patel saying NCP will remain one day a happy family. We'll wait and see what happens in that family. But the fact is, the split in the NCP is a blow to the opposition unity project. Remember, second meeting of all the opposition parties, non-BJP parties, was scheduled to take place in Bengaluru on 13th and 14th of July. It's been postponed a bit now to 17th and 18th of July. The opposition claims the decision was taken considering the monsoon session of Parliament is approaching and several assembly sessions across the country. The question now is, of course, what happens next? Because there's talk that this could now be also happening in Bihar after Maharashtra. The big questions that we want to raise tonight. The opposition unity project. How will the NCP split impact it? The Mahagathbandhan, has it been grounded even before takeoff? Will the BJP take this Maharashtra model to other states? Joining me now, Shehzad Poonawalla, the BJP spokesperson, Syed Nasir Hussain, Congress MP and spokesperson, Samir Dalwai, NCP spokesperson. Appreciate all of you joining us. Nasir Hussain, to you first. The Congress is watching what is happening in Maharashtra very closely, we are told. How will it affect your unity project? Till the other day, there was talk that Sharad Pawar would be a convener of this grand project. Now it appears that Mr. Pawar has to first fix his own home in Maharashtra.
Rajdeep, after the big defeat for BJP in Karnataka and the efforts by Congress Party and other leaders to build a grand opposition unity, I think the Bharatiya Janata Party is completely rattled. For them, the only way is to break opposition parties, form new government, de-establish new government, which they have been doing in the past. Opposition unity will be intact. Shiv Sena was split by Bharatiya Janata Party by the use of, by misusing central agencies. They have done the same thing with NCP now. Our friendship, our alliance partner, the original Shiv Sena, the original NCP will be the part of the opposition unity, will part of the coalition that we are trying to form. There will be no difference whatsoever BJP tries to do in different state. One. Two, people have started thinking what will be the result in Maharashtra, how will it affect the results in Maharashtra. I think I just have one example to tell. There was a coalition government in Karnataka formed by Congress and Janata Dal. The same BJP de-established the government there by poaching away about 17 MLAs from both Congress Party and Janata Dal. They formed the government. We campaigned, we went to the people. After 3.5 years, there were elections. And the people of Karnataka showed BJP their place and they voted against these kind of politics. I think the same will happen in Maharashtra, the same will happen in 2024 elections.
So you're saying Operation Lotus, which you are claiming happened in Karnataka, benefited the opposition. You're saying the BJP's decision to break the Shiv Sena, now break the NCP, will rebound against it. Shehzad Poonawalla, respond to that, because there is a sense that here is the BJP which says that we are anti-corruption and then takes on board the same people against whom you ran an anti-corruption campaign. What's the message? Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed, BJP will do anything to break the opposition parties. That's what the opposition claims.
Let me start by your question first and then get into answering Nasir Hussain's question.
Yeah.
If your argument is that we are using the ED to get people on our side with corruption charges on them, Jayant Patil has corruption charges on him. How come he's not on our side? And Dilip Valse Patil has no charges on him. But let me give you a specific example because you like specific facts. Pratap Sarnaik, whom we took into our fold. Pratap Sarnaik's case, the TOPS case, the closure report was filed by EOW Mumbai Police in December 2021. Uddhavji was in power. When December 2022, our government was there, June 2022, our government came to power, we stood up in front of the High Court before ED and we said the case will continue. No continuation of the case will be stopped. It's a report filed by Vidya. Now let me complete my point. I have to answer a few points from Nasir.
No, one minute. No, you must answer this because you see, it's very easy to say that that we have nothing to do with the enforcement agencies.
Did I not give you a fact?
No, 1 minute. I'll give you facts.
Can you contest my fact?
Now I will ask you to contest a fact. Listen to Devendra Fadnavis and Prime Minister Modi. They spoke, and Prime Minister Modi spoke just a week ago about the NCP. Devendra Fadnavis specifically about Ajit Pawar. Listen in, and I want Shehzad to respond.
Sure.
घोटाळ्यामध्ये अजितदादांची अवस्था आम्ही काय करणार? आमचे नाथाभाऊ खडसेंच्या भाषेत सांगायचं झालं तर आमचं सरकार आल्यानंतर अजितदादा चक्की पिसिंग 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 एंड पिसिंग.
ये विपक्षी दल किस चीज की गारंटी है? ये दल गारंटी है भ्रष्टाचार की. अगर मैं एनसीपी की बात करूं तो एनसीपी पर भी करीब 70,000 करोड़ रुपए के घोटालों का आरोप है. महाराष्ट्र स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव बैंक घोटाला, महाराष्ट्र सिंचाई घोटाला, अवैध खनन घोटाला, इनकी लिस्ट भी बहुत लंबी है. इन पार्टियों के घोटालों का मीटर कभी डाउन ही नहीं होता.
इन पार्टियों के घोटालों का मीटर डाउन नहीं होता. The two instances the Prime Minister mentioned, irrigation scam and cooperative scam, Ajit Pawar is at the center of it. And you have taken Ajit Pawar and welcomed him into the party. Ironically, your senior leadership has not tweeted about it, but others are. The question is, I want to know very clearly, what is the message you're sending out? Is it, as I said, simply to use the ED, frighten people and force them to switch sides?
Now, Rajdeep, you have to be patient with my answer, and I hope you will do that as in the interest of
fairness. You have 1 minute without any interruption.
Rajdeep, if Mr. Ajit Pawar was Bhrashtachari and not Chamatkari, why was he the leader of opposition of the entire united fold of the MVA? Why was Praful Patel the Karyakari Adhyaksh of NCP? And why is Jayant Patil still there as a person who has ILFS ED charges? One second.
But how are you
No, you said 1 minute. You said 1 minute.
Chalo.
There's the 1 minute you said. Jumbo COVID scam, 12,000 crore CAG has said about Uddhav Sena, they have looted BMC. How come they are now sitting with them? If corruption is indeed the issue. And this is the first party which is saying that yes, we did corruption. First of all, what duration of the time that this scam took place? During the Congress NCP government. So Congress spokesperson is on record saying that in our time, corruption did take place. But today, because Mr. Ajit Pawar has left their side, now that corruption charge applies. When he was with us, the corruption charge doesn't apply.
You are not answering my question.
I am answering all your questions.
You said, your government said that khaunga na khane dunga. No, you are, no. Your government has said that khaunga. No, I want a straight answer.
Okay, now let me answer this.
What is your anti-corruption
Rajdeep,
plan
you can't
now?
shout over me.
What is your anti-corruption plan?
Rajdeep, again I am reminding you, let me complete my full statement, and like you gave Nasir a full patient hearing, let me also make some points in counter to Nasir's point.
Sure.
The touchstone or the touchstone of Na Khaunga Na Khane Dunga is this report filed by Vidya that Mumbai police under Uddhav Thackeray closed the case against Tops, against Mr. Sarnaik, and ED. And I'm reading out. ED plea in Bombay High Court against closure of Tops case by Mumbai police, exclusive by Vidya, dated 14 December 2022. And therefore, if there's any case against anybody, it will continue. This is Modi's...
It will continue against Hassan Mushrif, against Chhagan Bhujbal, against Ajit Pawar. Cases will continue.
You have to now...
No, answer straight. I'm asking
answering,
straight
but you are heckling me.
No, I'm not.
You're getting into Nasir's zone.
No, sir, you're not answering my question.
I'm answering.
Yes.
Rajdeep, जिसके खिलाफ जो केस है, वो केस जैसे पहले चल रहा है वैसे चलेगा.
Why make them ministers?
No, who has made anybody minister?
Hassan Mushrif, whom Kirit Somaya, your own BJP leader, said was one of the most corrupt politicians.
Now you're constantly changing the goalposts, but you're not letting me answer the questions of Nasir Hussain. But one second. But you give me a chance to answer those questions also. Okay. So, if Hassan Mushrif is not worthy of being a minister, till 1 p.m. yesterday, why was he in the NCP? In Sharad Pawar's faction? Till 1 second, now Rajiv, don't interrupt. Till 1 p.m. yesterday, why was the working president of Sharad Pawar's faction, Mr. Praful Patel? Or till 1 p.m. yesterday, why is it that Ajit Pawar was okay to be leader of opposition of entire MVA? And why is Jayant Patil still there? So-called
good point, because the moment... No, sir, because the moment they have switched, they have become a washing machine.
Okay, on this washing machine. You are okay with these people becoming धोबीघाट? उद्धव सेना ने हमारे साथ चुनाव लड़ा, मोदी और फडणवीस के नाम पे वोट लिया और पूरा पार्टी लेकर चले गए कांग्रेस एनसीपी के साथ, बाला साहब ठाकरे को धोखा देकर वो धोबीघाट चलेगा आपको. 1 सेकंड, नाउ प्लीज लिसन. छगन भुजबल कहां से आए थे? शिवसेना से ना, एनसीपी में थे ओरिजिनली. कौन सा वॉशिंग मशीन था? धनंजय मुंडे कहां से आए थे? बीजेपी से ना. कौन सा वॉशिंग मशीन था भाई साहब? ये आपका वॉशिंग मशीन चलेगा. और मैं आपको बताता हूं, चक्की पीसी. नो राजदीप, प्लीज यू गिव मी 30 seconds more. Rajdeep, 30 seconds. You are being very unfair with me today, very unfair. Rajdeep, he said splitting the opposition, breaking the opposition. Even before NCP came to us, AAP attacked Congress over ordinance. Congress attacked left over Sudhakaran's arrest. Congress attacked TMC over Panchayati polls. Omar attacked AAP over 370. Congress attacked KCR, and today Akhilesh has met KCR and Congress is calling him B team of BJP. HAM, Manjiji, Ati Pichhada Samaj left the alliance. RLD did not attend the entire meeting. BJD, TDP, Akali, YSRCP, BSP, none of them were there. Is this our doing? Chalo, forget this. One question to नासिर हुसैन. ये अभी बोल रहे थे ओरिजिनल सेना हमारे साथ, ओरिजिनल एनसीपी हमारे साथ. मौका मिला नहीं. नाना पटोले, बाला थोराट बोलते हैं एलओपी पोजीशन इज आवर्स. अरे बोलो ना एलओपी पोजीशन एनसीपी.
Good question.
And last point. 1 second.
No. Now he must answer. No, he must answer now.
Rajdeep, you have to indulge me for 10 seconds more.
10 seconds more.
We have not broken any party. Original and full NCP, their LOP, their working president, founding member, chief whip, biggest leader of tribal, biggest leader of OBC, biggest woman leader, all of them are with us. Therefore, NCP is with us. Original Shiv Sena with symbol, ideology, Sankhya is with us. So we have not broken any party. Shiv Sena, Congress, NCP and BJP have formed a government. The Baghi faction is them.
Okay.
Baghi faction is
now
there.
They must answer.
That is the Baghi faction.
No, sir. Now
we are not with the Baghi faction.
Now both Nasir and Samir must answer. Nasir, you first. Samir, you've been very patient. But Nasir, answer this. You know, the instances that Shehzad gave, it's all very well to say the BJP is out to break the opposition. But the truth is the opposition also, you can see the contradictions. Left versus Congress, AAP versus Congress, Mamta versus left. These are contradictions. Why blame the BJP if you can't get your house in order? It's Sharad Pawar versus Ajit Pawar. Why should you blame the BJP?
Rajdeep, 2-3 things. See, who called Ajit Pawar corrupt? Who called Hassan Mushrif corrupt? Who called Praful Patel corrupt? It was the BJP who called them corrupt. who sent ED, IT and CBI against Hemant Biswa Sarma, against Suvendu Adhikari, against all those people who left Congress and joined BJP in Karnataka. This was done by BJP. They were not answering my question.
What about the cracks in the opposition?
CBI was used by BJP.
What about the cracks in the opposition?
Just one second. Now, all these people, just 1 second. Now, these people are in BJP. What is the stand now? Now they are telling they were okay to become LOP. Yes, they were okay to become LOP because we thought that they were not corrupt. You were the ones who were telling they are corrupt. What is your stand now? Point number 1. Point number 2. Why have these summons stopped going to Suvendu Adhikari, to Hemant Biswa Sarma, to others those who joined BJP till now? And you have put the right question to to the BJP spokesperson, asking whether the summons will stop to all those who have joined from NCP to BJP.
What about
now?
the cracks
This
in
one.
the opposition?
Second, on
so
the
what about the
unity.
cracks in the opposition?
On the opposition,
What about the cracks in the
there are no cracks in
opposition?
opposition unity. There are no cracks in. There is no cracks in opposition unity. UPA is intact. In fact, more parties have joined UPA. Shiv Sena has come to UPA. JDU has come to UPA. There are more parties joining UPA. It is the NDA from where the parties have gone. JDU was part of NDA. Shiv Sena was part of NDA. Akali Dal was part of NDA. There are
so
cracks in NDA.
you're claiming
NDA
NDA is getting, okay, you made the point now. No, just a minute. No, Shehzad, you must wait. No. Okay, Samir Dalwai has been waiting patiently. Mr. Dalwai, you've raised your finger. The question is, it's all very well to blame the BJP for perhaps putting the fear of the ED in a few NCP leaders facing inquiry. The flip side is, this is open war of family succession war within the NCP. Why blame the BJP? They will take advantage of whatever happens within the opposition. It's your problem that you can't get your house together.
Thanks, Rajdeep, for giving me an opportunity, and I hope you give me some time to speak. I quite enjoyed listening to my friend from BJP answering those questions, trying to, typical case of the kettle calling the pot black. The point here is this. You asked me about the family issue. Let's please understand that the NCP is a party which has a national presence. It is not about a family. It's a party whose constitution has been approved by the Election Commission of India. It's a party. Let's not get into family issues here. And we are talking about 7, 8.
No, it's a fight between Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar. And Supriya Sule. Why is it not family?
People who have gone. It's not just that. Let's not only look at it as a family issue. 9 other people have gone. The first point is, it is a attempted break by the BJP in a party which is a democratically functioning party, and this game which the BJP has been doing in state after state, time after time, breaking other parties just to increase their own party, speaks two things. One, that they are bereft of leaders of their own, which we are seeing over the last 10 years. Two, leaders whom they themselves call corrupt and they blame. 3 days back, when the Honorable Prime Minister himself said that these leaders are corrupt, they have no compulsion in associating with corrupt people. And once they are with them, as the list was read out by Mr. Nasser from the other spokesperson, I don't want to repeat that.
No, but you compromised to for 1 minute, Mr. Dalwai. You compromised to for. You are saying they have compromised with corruption. You will be arguing you compromised with secularism. In 2019, you joined hands with the same Shiv Sena, who for the longest time was your prime enemy in Maharashtra. What happened is now Maharashtra सब कुछ चलता है. This is the problem. Maharashtra में सब कुछ चलता है.
Let me come to ideologies. There is a long list of people who are serving ministers at national and state level in BJP who have not been acted against after they've joined BJP. Second point, in Karnataka, whatever may be the other issues, the biggest issues that people voted against was the 40% commission ki sarkar that was going on.
So you're not answering my question.
Let me finish.
No, you're not answering my question. What about the compromise you all made with ideology to tie up with the Shiv Sena? Why should, as Praful Patel said, I am happy to tie up with the BJP if you can tie up with Shiv Sena?
The ideology of the BJP is no longer an ideology. It is an ideology. Ideology. Because I will tell you, each and every one of those people who have left the party yesterday have been harassed over the last so many months and years. I can tell you by name each of them were being harassed. The point is, will they continue? Will the law take its own course? Or was this a misuse of the law to bring them and break the party? And my last point, Rajdeep, is this. If the BJP needs to constantly be in a break mode, needs to be in an election fighting mode, when will they govern the country? And if they claim that they are doing a very good governance and development and vikas, why do they need to do all this?
Okay.
Why do they need to do
you
all
made your point now, Samir.
They are so confident about
Samir,
their
you made your
development
point.
agenda. Why do they need to do all this?
Okay, I'll respond to that.
And that's the question about the opposition.
You made your point, Samir.
40 seconds to make
no,
my
sir, you made your point.
Is not breaking up. Let me just complete.
Rajdeep, you are being very indulgent with them and you interrupt me in every 10 seconds. I request you to be indulgent with me.
Let me speak. You've spoken a lot.
No, Rajdeep,
Samir Dalwai, you did not answer my central question. When you allied with the Shiv Sena, what was it? The fact is, it was opportunism then, it is opportunism today. No, 30 seconds. 1 minute, Mr. Punal.
This is not fair, but
he must answer this question. Do not interrupt.
Why are they coming together? Why are they coming together? Because what harm the BJP has done in the last 10 years, not only to the politicians, but also to the country, which is reflective of what's happening in the country, needs to be opposed. Yes, there will be differences. Why should there not be differences between parties? Are there no differences between Modi ji and Lal Krishna Advani? Are there no differences between people in the BJP? And what is wrong if there are differences? The problem is the current BJP wants a fascist and a one-person rule.
Okay, you made your point. Samir Dalwai, I have given you more than I have indulged you. You have to answer these questions. The general impression is, just a minute, you answer the simple question. General impression is BJP will now do anything for power by breaking opposition parties. Today it's Maharashtra, there is now talk of Bihar. Is this the way you want to govern the country, by breaking, finishing the opposition? Quick answer.
40 seconds, please.
Please go ahead.
You won't interrupt?
No.
All right. Rajdeep, in 1978, did we break the Congress party? Or did Sharad Pawar break it and ditched Vasant Dada Patil? In 1998, did we break the Congress party? Or Sharad Pawar ditched the Congress party and made NCP? Who broke the Congress party and formed TMC? Who broke the Congress party and formed YSRCP? Who formed the Congress party, say, BJD? Who broke from Congress A to Congress Z? Was it us? It is because when they feel that they are not getting power, then they dissipate from one another. So they should not tell us about breaking and not breaking. I have given you one example where the case is still on against Arnaik. But you know the cases. Lalu ka case kaise वापस होता था the moment they needed Lalu's support. Mulayam ka case kaise वापस होता था closure report होती थी the moment they needed the support. Those people are lecturing us about misuse of AD.
But you are doing the same thing as them then. You are a party with a difference.
Rajdeep, please don't interrupt and every time you are breaking my
are you a party with a difference?
Okay, now Rajdeep.
How are you a party with a difference?
Rajdeep, I don't need, then I can also question that the day when Uddhav Thackeray became Chief Minister, you had not tweeted, but yesterday the way you have tweeted, only a few days ago PM has described NCP as corrupt party, so and so, and now NCP has been inducted in the government. This you have tweeted yesterday. When Uddhav Thackeray became CM,
that is Sharad Pawar's quote.
When Uddhav, you have said,
I have quoted Mr. Pawar. I have quoted Mr. Pawar. Please be very clear. I have quoted Mr. Pawar's statement.
Yes, I am saying that.
I have quoted what Mr. Pawar said. Do not mislead my viewers.
Exactly, I am saying that you have quoted his tweet and tweeted it.
Yes.
But on the day when Uddhav Thackeray became the Chief Minister, after ditching us and taking the mandate with us, what is the headline of India Today? Maha embarrassment for BJP. At that time, you did not remember to say that Sanjay Raut had said that those parties who put Bala Thackeray in jail should apologize. Bala Thackeray को तो चक्की पिसाई इन लोगों ने. हमने तो चक्की पिसिंग का डायलॉग दिया ना. इन्होंने तो चक्की पिसाई, कृष्ण रिपोर्ट बनाई. ये नासिर हुसैन सेकुलरिज्म के सूरमा बनते हैं. इन्होंने सबने कहा कि बाला साहब ठाकरे वाज बिहाइंड द राइट्स और उनके साथ गले मिल गए. तब आपके इस चैनल से एक भी हेडलाइन नहीं आया. तब इट वाज महा मास्टर स्ट्रोक. नाउ लेट मी
now you must respond. No, I have limited time. No, you made a very last point. You made a very good point. Let him respond.
No, I'll make one more good point. You hear that also. Rajdeep, he's saying UPA is getting stronger. अरे UPA का अंतिम संस्कार कर दिया. Now there is PDA. एंड कल एमवीए का अंतिम संस्कार हो गया. अरे भाई ना यूपीए बची है ना एमवीए बची है. ये बोले यूपीए बढ़ रहा है. पीडीए बना दिया अखिलेश यादव ने और एलओपी का पोजीशन दे रहे हैं एनसीपी को.
ओके,
शरद पवार फैक्शन को.
वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. द फैक्ट इज इवन द एनडीए हैज गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ allies have left you, but Nasir Hussain
17 parties right now.
Yeah, okay. Nasir Hussain, you must answer this. It's very well to say that the BJP has compromised with corruption by doing what they have in Maharashtra, but remember when you tied up with the Shiv Sena, today you are sitting with Uddhav Thackeray in that meeting. Suddenly the Shiv Sena is now part of your grand secular Mahagathbandhan. The fact is all of this is sadly opportunism and power politics, isn't it?
Rajiv, we are very, very clear. See, for us the ideology is we need to keep this country intact. We need to see that there is no division in the country. We need to see that our Ganga Jamuna ki tehzeeb bani rahe. We need to see that fascist forces don't take over the reins of power in our country. For that, we can go to any extent. See, Uddhav Thackeray and the Shiv Sena, when they said they can work with the secular forces, when they said that they want to see that the BJP is kept out of power, obviously we will take them with us. See, any MP, any MLA, any individual in the country, if he or she wants to work against BJP, work against the fascist forces, work
So
against
your
the division of the
glue is
country.
bringing
If somebody wants to save
anti-BJP,
democracy,
anti-Bollywood forces
save the
together.
constitution of the country, definitely will align with them.
Give me one
Okay,
line.
so anyone
We are
who's
not
going to
with
defeat
corrupt
the
forces. We are not
BJP...
saying these people are corrupt and taking them
One
and
line,
we
just
say
one line.
these are the honest
Rajdeep, I
people.
beseech you
No,
for
no,
one
let him
line.
finish. Okay,
No,
so
one
he's
line,
saying
just
they
one
will
line.
take
I
anyone
heard what he
along who
said.
wants to
I
defeat
heard what he
the
said.
BJP.
He said that to oppose, one second, now Rajdeep, please control him, let me make one line, just one line, I'll take 5 seconds. He said, Rajdeep, please control him, I requested him.
1 minute.
5 seconds, I'll take 5 seconds.
Nasir,
5
Now it
seconds.
is a party. It is an alliance of 18 parties. It's an alliance of 18 parties. Parties
Rajdeep, is it not relevant? I have a counter to make. Give me 5 seconds.
Let them show one addition to NDA.
Okay.
5 seconds.
And we are not taking the
Rajdeep,
help
stop
of
him.
ED,
Let me make my point.
Volume down,
see
yes.
that the
Yes.
Rajdeep, he just now said to stop fascist forces from destroying or the secular fabric of this country, we need to unite.
Yes.
BJP is fascist.
Yes.
India today is credible. Muslims voting rights should be revoked. Sanjay Raut, Sena leader. This is the fascism that they are stopping and this is the secularism they are saving. यार राजदीप ऐसा है, सुनिए मैं आपसे एक
हमाम
बात
में सब
नहीं
नंगे
हमाम में सब नहीं, don't get away with this Rajdeep.
नहीं,
Tonight
है.
I will not, no Rajdeep, don't shout over me. Tonight I will not let you get away with this convenient हमाम में सब नंगे है. On the one hand I have shown you that we have taken action on Sarnak and action will continue on all the corrupt. Don't put Modi ji in the same bracket as these people. Ask them how come they are allying with Nasir Hussain. According to Sanjay Raut, you should not have a voting right. Forget being in parliament. तुम उनके साथ गले मिलते हो और करप्शन का लेक्चर तुम दे रहे हो. जिनके नेता सारे बेल पर है. लालू जी 4 बार कन्विक्टेड है. This convenient analogy drawing ना हमाम में सब दंगे. राजदीप जी ये रात का गाना हो सकता है. ये रियलिटी नहीं है.
Only BJP
उनके आज
spokesperson
के
can
व्यूज
speak.
देखो,
राजीव
उनके
भाई।
आज के ओपिनियंस देखो, उनके आज के ओपिनियंस देखो.
आज के opinion देखो.
Going with the common minimum program of the UPA or not?
They have
That is
taken a
what is
stand
more
on
important.
Hindutva, on Babri. They have taken a stand on Savarkar. They have taken a stand on Ram Mandir. What are you saying, sir?
Producer, अब समय आ गया है to say goodbye, but before that I want to thank my guests. That was very interesting. It only shows how our politics has got compromised, many would say. Was there a compromise with corruption in the manner in which the NCP was broken? Was there a compromise with communalism or with secularism when the tie-up with the Shiv Sena took place? You decide, the voter. ये public है, ये सब जानती है. अंदर क्या है, बाहर क्या है, सब कुछ पहचानती है. That's my song for the day. And I will leave you with a video as my end image of an elderly couple's incredible recreation of that lovely song, Rim Jhim Gire Sawan from the movie Manzil. It's gone viral on the internet, one of my favorite songs. That was Maushmi and Amitabh Bachchan. This is an elderly couple. Time to head back to Mumbai. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay safe. Good night, Shubhratri. Jai Hind, Namaskar.
The India Today Group is pleased to announce the launch of a brand new online portal for our Best Colleges survey, featuring 6 years of ranking data as well as a wealth of granular information on thousands of institutes of higher learning. Our interactive portal offers easy access, analysis and guidance to our Best Colleges of India survey results for over 2,000 colleges across 14 streams. We invite everyone to visit our site, bestcolleges.indiatoday.in, and we wish aspiring students all the very best.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 41 and minimum 29 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 30 and minimum 27 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 36 and minimum 28 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 27 and minimum 21 degrees. Chennai, maximum 29 and minimum 25 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 34 and minimum 23 degrees.
Why does this happen? Let me tell you the science behind it.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today News Mode.
Maybe you've succeeded in quitting your regular soda consumption, but diet sodas aren't your alternative. According to some research, your brain responds to artificial sweeteners in a manner similar to how it responds to sugary sweets. Consuming them frequently could make you want more high-calorie food, increasing your risk of weight gain. The same applies to diet sodas. According to a different study, those who are overweight or suffer from obesity who converted to diet sodas were more likely to eat additional calories from food than those who continued to drink regular soda. Actually, individuals who use diet soda have a greater BMI than those who do not. Diet soda can confuse insulin. Your brain normally associates sweet with calories. In the realm of human physiology, that's a good thing. It drives your body to release insulin as sugar's chaperone to the cells to create fuel. In the past, people assumed this process couldn't occur when we consumed artificial sweeteners because calories don't allow the sweet flavor. Diet soda might alter how your brain responds to sweetness. According to studies, those who drink diet soda exhibit increased brain activity in the region of the brain linked to cravings for foods high in fat and sugar. Diet soda consumption seems to change the reward center of your brain that detects sweetness. This suggests that diet sodas may alter how your brain responds to urges for meals rich in calories. No soda, no diet soda. Then what should you drink instead?
Any diet drinks are actually not a great thing to have. I would stick to natural stuff, lemonade, sugarcane juice, which is actually better than a diet drink, or coconut water, or fruit infused waters. They're also sweet. But it's just that, we are not able to cut down the taste of sugar, and we want something which tastes fizzy and sweet, but actually we are mocking our bodies and completely spoiling our gut health by having diet drinks.
Diet sodas have long been promoted by beverage companies as a healthy alternative to their full sugar drinks, although this is not true medically. With Kshitija Gosavi, Bureau Report, India Today.
question that I want to pick up with Robin Rana is a statement that he's made to Business Today, which is leaving money on the table. Robin, explain the intent and the philosophy behind that statement.
Look, I've always been in the wealth distribution business in a way. I've always felt India has a big disparity between the rich and the poor. I've spent 2 decades trying to ensure that I can play my role in uplifting the underprivileged in India. I'm presently, as you know, building 6,000 homes for the slum dwellers of Bhavana. Bhavana is the second largest slum today in the country after Dharavi. We've already handed over 2,304 homes. I also run schools all across the country, educating thousands of kids, providing the meals, breakfast, lunch, healthcare, and so on. When I look at my IPO, I'm hoping that my IPO is helping the middle classes, the lower middle classes, people on the street make a little bit of money. So from my perspective, if somebody asked me, how do you rate the success of your IPO? To me, the success is not about how much money I raise, and it's not about how many times will this issue be subscribed at. What I'm going to be looking at, success in my mind, the measure would be if people on the street said, after the issue, if people on the street said, Robin Rana knew he had great results, and he still priced the issue at a low amount, and he left money on the table, if they say that, then I would think my IPO has been a grand success.
What's the broader sense about the Indian market? We saw a bit of a slump, and clearly your IPO is so far this year going to be the largest one.
Well, look, investors want profitable companies, new age companies. They're looking for state-of-the-art companies that are redefining paradigm, which are changing the thinking of people. People are tired of companies whose entire model is just pure growth without any profitability. So that's the sense I'm getting, that people are looking for growth, but they're looking for growth to be accompanied by cash growth. They're looking for growth to be accompanied by profitability growth.
Since you meet so many investors all across the world, what was this? Was it just a tulip kind of mania where people were putting in money on just 10 slides of a business plan? Because that's what we have seen happen really. Many companies, again, no names being taken, where there is no possibility of profits ever, raising money by the bucket load. What was it, a euphoria?
See, look, it is a cycle. It's not just an euphoria. It is also how things are set up by the involved parties. So if you have back-end investors, if you have strong, large private equities, if private equities made an investment, they made an investment in India, and they made a call, and they invested.
Powered by Bajaj Allianz Life Diabetic Term Plan. Extra Safe Polycab Green Wire.
The deadly Khalistan terror poster. Poster paints a target on top Indian diplomats. India red flags, Khalistan terror poster in Canada.
I think there is a larger underlying issue about the space which is given to separatists, to extremists, to people who advocate violence. And I think it's not good for the relationship, and I think it's not good for Canada.
Earlier, Khalistan tableau depicted Indira Gandhi's assassination. India blames vote bank politics in Canada. Will the Justin Trudeau government act against gay terror in Canada? That's our top focus on India First.
The Khalistan terror poster is both dangerous and sinister. It has names and photographs of top Indian diplomats, including India's High Commissioner to Canada. A direct threat to Indian diplomats by Khalistan terror backers in Canada, and the Justin Trudeau government is in the line of fire for inaction against terror supporters.
India has repeatedly raised this issue with Canada, but the question remains, will the Canadian government act before it's too late? I'm Gaurav Sawant. We get you all sides of this burning question, but first, as always, the headlines on India First. War in the NCP intensifies. Sharad Pawar sacks nephew Ajit Pawar and 8 other rebels. Ajit Pawar declares he is the real NCP, but he needs at least 36 MLAs to evade anti-defection law. Maharashtra quake, tremors felt even in Bihar. State BJP president claims many MLAs are unhappy with Nitish Kumar. Round 2 of United Opposition meet that was to be held in Bengaluru now pushed to the 17th of July. Trouble mounts for former Bihar Chief Minister Lalu Yadav's family. CBI files a charge sheet in the land for jobs scam. Lalu, Rabdi and Tejaswi named. Parliamentary panel on Uniform Civil Code meets in the national capital. BSP and Uddhav Sena back one nation, one law. Congress questions the timing. No bail for former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. Delhi court rejects his bail plea in the Liquorgate scandal. India has urged the Justin Trudeau government in Canada to ensure safety of Indian diplomats after Khalistan terror supporters released posters with photographs of Indian diplomats, including India's High Commissioner to Canada. The poster calls for a march to the Indian High Commission after the killing of Khalistan terror supporter Harjeet Nijjar in the parking lot of a Gurdwara in Surrey in the British Columbia on the 18th of June. The terror threat on the lives of Indian diplomats is on a new high in Canada and is our top focus story.
A Kill India poster in Canada. Poster puts out pictures of India's High Commissioner Sanjay Kumar Verma and Consul General Apurva Srivastav. The Khalistan Freedom Rally poster paints a target on top Indian diplomats in Canada, calling them killers of dreaded Khalistan terror backer and wanted terror accused Jathedar Harjeet Singh Nijjar. Jathedar Nijjar was on the National Investigation Agency's wanted list for terror attacks on Hindus in Punjab, carried a reward of rupees 10 lakhs on his head. The Ministry of External Affairs reached out to Canada to ensure safety of Indian diplomats in Canada. Dr. S. Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs, made it clear that the issue would affect India's relations with Canada.
हमारे जो पार्टनर देश जो हैं जैसे कनाडा है, अमेरिका है, यूके है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया है, जहां कभी-कभी खालिस्तानी एक्टिविटीज़ होती हैं, हमने उनको रिक्वेस्ट की है कि वो उनको खालिस्तानियों को स्पेस न दें, क्योंकि उनकी सोच जो है ये रेडिकल एक्सट्रीमिस्ट विचारधारा जो है वो ना हमारे लिए अच्छा है, ना उनके लिए है, ना हमारे रिश्तों के लिए है.
Jathedar Harjeet Singh Nijjar, the former commander of Khalistan Tiger Force, was shot dead by unidentified shooters in the parking lot of a Gurdwara in Surrey, British Columbia on the 18th of June. The police are on a lookout for the shooters. The poster, viral on social media platforms, talks of a freedom rally to the Indian High Commission in Ottawa to protest the killing. Canada has sadly emerged as a major base for Khalistan supporters, and the government stands accused of inaction against terror supporters. Dr. Jaishankar had recently accused the Justin Trudeau government of vote bank politics, not taking action against Khalistan supporters for votes.
How Canada has dealt
with the Khalistani issue has been a long-standing concern, because very frankly, they seem to be driven by vote bank politics. And their responses have all been, to the best of my understanding, actually constrained by what they regard as vote bank compulsions.
Veteran journalist and author Terry Milski took to social media platform Twitter to hit out at Khalistan supporters for this dangerous poster, saying, "This is extremely dangerous. Khalistanis are whipping up anger, targeting Indian diplomats they call killers of Shaheed Hardeep Nijjar, shot in a mafia-style hit in Surrey, British Columbia on June 18. There is zero evidence of any Indian role. It's grossly irresponsible." Milski is the author of Blood for Blood, 50 years of the global Khalistan project, and has repeatedly hit out at Khalistani supporters in Canada. Nijjar, of course, is not the first Khalistani supporter to be killed under suspicious circumstances in the recent past. Avtar Singh Khanda of the Khalistan Liberation Force died in a hospital in Birmingham on the 15th of June 2023. Paramjit Singh Panjwar of the Khalistan Commando Force was shot dead in Lahore on the 6th of May 2023. Before that, Ripundam Singh Malik, accused in the Air India 1985 bombing, was shot dead in Surrey, Canada on the 15th of July 2022. Harmeet Singh alias Happy PhD, a narco-terror accused, was shot dead at a Gurdwara in Lahore, Pakistan on the 27th of January 2020. India wants partner countries like the US, UK, Canada and Australia to take strong action against Khalistan terror accused and sympathizers and ensure that these countries are not used by Khalistan terror supporters either to terrorize Indians overseas or carry out terror strikes against India. Bureau Report, India Today.
How dangerous is this Khalistan terror poster and how serious is the threat to Indian diplomats in Canada? Joining me on India First is Terry Milski, who is a senior journalist and author of Blood for Blood, 50 years of the global Khalistan project. Sir, good to have you with us. Also with me is Lieutenant Commander Harinder Singh Sikka, author and analyst who keeps a hawk eye on activities of Khalistan terror supporters. Sir, welcome on our show, but I want to begin by asking you, Mr. Milski, what do you make of this poster painting a target on Indian diplomats and the immunity that Khalistan backers seem to enjoy in Canada?
I think this is going to be an inflection point in the increasingly bad relations between Canada and India. Surely this will, we have to hope that this will induce at the first instance a change in the Trudeau government, at least rhetorically. I mean, they can step out, they can denounce this behavior, they can make it clear loudly and publicly that threatening diplomats in this way is not acceptable and that permits should not be issued for rallies with this kind of purpose. However, whether the government will actually follow a rhetorical forward step with a step on the side of real action, that's less certain. The Prime Minister of Canada does not tell the police who to arrest or for what. Yes. Permits for rallies are given by municipal authorities. It would be up to the new mayor of Toronto, whose attitude to this is still unknown, to revoke a permit in view of what this poster says. It's clearly painting a target on the back of Indian diplomats. This cannot be accepted, particularly in view of the very sorry history in Canada of attacks on Indian diplomats and facilities. To start with, go back to 1984, the High Commissioner was attacked in Winnipeg with a mob wielding sticks. Yes. There's been invasions and attacks on Indian consulates in Toronto and in Vancouver in the past. They are clearly extremely hyped up. They're ready for violence. and it's got to be stopped. The government has got to step up quickly, soon. Now, I haven't seen anything yet today. It's still just Monday noon in Ottawa. What about the mayor of Toronto? Why are they not saying something?
Absolutely. That's a fair point.
Let's hear it.
That's a fair point you raise, and let me bring in Commander Sikka into this conversation. Canada, as Terry Milivsky has very correctly pointed out, is a repeat offender. Recently, there was a tableau that depicted the assassination of late Indira Gandhi at a parade of Khalistanis in Canada. Assassination of a head of government being glorified by another Commonwealth country that calls itself a liberal democracy. Isn't that awkward? Isn't that odd? Or is there something more to it that meets the eye, sir?
You see, Canada, to start with, is a known peaceful country, lovable country, democratic country. It must understand the consequences of these people who are parading themselves and showing that as if it is the clearance of the Canadian government. Now they are enjoying free speech. Free speech people, unfortunately, are enjoying in my country also. Not too far past, Rahul Gandhi spewed venom against our Prime Minister in US, and he does it all the time in India. What is missing over here is that these people, the so-called Khalistanis, first of all, let me tell you, I'm a Sikh, and I can vouch for it that majority means over 95% Sikhs in India are die-hard Sikhs, Indians. They understand and are aware of the fact that Guru Nanak to Guru Gobind Singh Ji stood for Hindustan. In fact, Guru Nanak Ji also stated when Babar attacked, he said, Khurasan khasmana kiya, Hindustan daraya. Guru Nanak did not say that some Lahore giraya or where the Babar commenced his attack from.
You're absolutely right. That is not in doubt. The patriotism of our brothers not in doubt. But these Khalistani elements, why is the Trudeau government not acting against them? But before I come back to you for more on this, I want you to listen into Dr. S. Jaishankar, India's External Affairs Minister, on the tableau. India was shocked. India was pained. There were angry reactions even in Canada. Listen in.
The bigger issue involved is really the space that Canada has continuously and frankly to us, we are at a loss to understand, other than the requirements of vote bank politics, why anybody would do this. Because if you look at their history, I mean, you would imagine that they learn by the history and they wouldn't like to repeat that history. So it isn't only one incident, however egregious it may be. I think there is a larger underlying issue about the space which is given to separatists, to extremists, to people who advocate violence. And I think it's not good for the relationship, and I think it's not good for Canada.
Terry Milivsky, is there merit in Dr. Jaishankar saying that this is vote bank politics? How do you explain the activities of Khalistan terror backers in Canada? And over decades, you have chronicled it for decades, sir.
Well, he's right. This is the principal reason why Canadian governments of all parties have behaved in this sort of supine way. They just roll over and say nothing because of vote bank politics. So there's no question. But that's not all there is to it. Remember that this is a democracy that cherishes freedom of speech. Canada, no more than any other Western democracy, they're not going to abolish freedom of speech because it might be diplomatically convenient, because India might like it better if we shut these people up, lock them up for crimes of speech. That isn't going to happen. Indian diplomats, I think, are becoming more sophisticated and need to be more sophisticated in picking their spots. Instead of attacking freedom of speech, which is going to get you nowhere, you need to hold Canadian ministers' feet to the fire and say, look, you want to come to a growing India and get a market access in India. You want a free trade agreement. We're not going to receive your ministers unless they explicitly and publicly denounce this sort of behavior by the Khalistanis. You cannot have threats against diplomats. And if you don't act against things, if you don't at least speak against incidents like the celebration of the assassination of Indira Gandhi, which happened recently in Toronto. If you don't speak up, we're going to be busy that day when you come knocking on our door. You're going to have to send somebody who has got more guts. Now, that is going to work. There is a history on that score, and I think that would have an effect. If they don't even react rhetorically, never mind taking action, never mind locking them up, then they're going to get nowhere.
Because clearly this tableau of showing the assassination of Indira Gandhi cannot be seen as free speech, or that poster that paints a target on the backs of top Indian diplomats. That's not free speech. That's hate. That's hate, naked hate. Commander Sikka, Khalistanis are active in Pakistan. Khalistanis are active in UK. Khalistanis are active in other parts of Europe and US, even in Australia. But why is Canada seen as one huge safe haven for them?
There's a reason behind it. You know, very large number of people from Punjab, post Blue Star and 1984 attack on Sikhs, which was a genocide, people moved to Canada. And then there was a wave of farmers moving out to Canada. And when they shift there, the initial settlement and support and facilitation and felicitation and whatever it is, you may call it, is given to them by those handful. In those days, those number was more majority of Pakistanis turned Sikhs artificially and otherwise, who were giving it to them, and they were pumping into their minds. And also it happened that the gurudwaras, which are supposed to be meant for the pictures of gurus,
yes,
they were donning the pictures of these Khalistanis, and that is something which was not acceptable.
Yes.
Now there is a solution to this available, and I recently had a meeting with one of the top-notch diplomats from Canada, and I said that if all you need to do is those violating the code of conduct or your laws, or for that matter, that they're showing threats and violence, all you need to do is cancel their asylum visa. Just cancel 5 or 10 of the top-notch guys. The rest will be sorted out.
But will they do that? You know, given the vote bank politics,
carefully,
if they are big voters for these leaders, because Terry Milevsky, this isn't a recent trend. You have written in your book that late Indira Gandhi had also raised this issue. Was it in 1982 about Khalistan terror backers flourishing in Canada? And that time the Prime Minister was Pierre Trudeau, Justin Trudeau's father. So why is Canada such a safe haven for Khalistan terrorists? And for decades, Indira Gandhi raised this in 1982.
Because nobody, including the government of India, has really imposed a cost on them. Nobody has said to the Canadians, right, you want to let them get away with this? You want them to be allowed, it's okay to have Vaisakhi Day parades where we see these martyr posters of gun-toting Sikh terrorists and assassins? And we're going to come to your parade and smile and wave for votes. You know, that has got to change. I mean, at the moment, Canadian politicians do absolutely nothing about that. They don't even speak up about it. The government of Justin Trudeau now depends upon the goodwill of the minority NDP party, the left-wing party, led by Jagmeet Singh, who is a Khalistani sympathizer. Yes. When I asked him to denounce these posters in the case of Talvinder Singh Parmar, the worst mass murderer in Canadian history, who blew up Air India Flight 182 in 1985, he ducked the question 5 times in a row. Wouldn't answer. Took him 5 months to even admit that Parmar was indeed the Air India bomber. So this has got to change, and there has to be a cost imposed upon politicians who go to these parades and smile and wave and hustle for votes, pretending that, I didn't see the martyr posters. I've got a problem seeing that. Or I have a meeting, I can't talk about it. You know, they have got to pay a price. And it's this rhetorical change that I think would make a difference. I do not advocate the abolition of freedom of speech.
No, absolutely not.
But politicians also have freedom of speech, and they can and must denounce these activities loudly and publicly. They're not doing it yet.
They're not doing it yet. And Commander Sikka, how do you explain the killing of Khalistani terrorists both in Canada and in Pakistan, and we've put out their entire list, that we've been able to get together from public platforms. But in your appreciation, were they beyond their use by date and no longer useful to Pakistan's ISI?
You see, Pakistan is known for these acts of covert operations and what have you. It's not the first time they have done it. It won't be last either. Now, this terror attack or this particular killing must have been planned in order to incite those Sikhs who will be told that, oh, it happened because of this reason or that reason, or perhaps even India did it, which is not the fact. The problem is as simple as that Pakistan thinks that by creating this, they can be earning more money or revenue which will come from Khalistanis. And Sikhs abroad who are filthily rich, many of them, think that it is their business to spread the word Khalistan, and that's perhaps a very wonderful thing for them, or it gains them or gets them more votes from people who live in. If we create awareness, and if we take them back to what the gurus, the Sikh gurus to whom we belong to and follow so meticulously, if we tell them time and again that this is what we were taught, this is what Khalistanis are not, and this is what Sikhs are, and this is what Guru Nanak Ji to Guru Gobind Singh Ji taught, and this is what not Khalistanis are doing. You create this awareness right from word go on the various digital channels. It is not happening.
No, you're absolutely right.
And
they must learn about
Sikhi,
the sacrifices.
It's the traitors within our country.
Yes, the sacrifices made by the Sikh gurus from the fifth Sikh
exactly
Guru Arjan Dev, absolutely, to Guru Har Gobind Singh, to Guru Tegh Bahadur, to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and Banda Singh Bahadur. Look at all the sacrifices made by the Sikh gurus and their followers for this country against radical Islamists, and yet you have the Khalistanis in the lap of radical Islamists. But Terry Milevsky, last 1 minute on the show, on this part of the show, sir. Seeks for Justice, for example, is outlawed in India. It flourishes in Canada and continues with its fake referendums. The organization stands accused of being linked to an RPG attack in our country. Now, again, is this only because of Justin Trudeau needing Jagmeet Singh's New Democratic Party? Is there any other reason why political leaders don't act against Khalistani terrorists and their supporters in Canada?
Well, let me just inject one little ray of light. At the moment, the reason that you're calling, and the reason we're in a bit of a crisis in terms of bilateral relations with India and Canada right now is because of these offensive posters threatening, in effect, Indian diplomats. Remember, what lies behind this is propaganda from SFJ and from many others to the effect that this is a fact that India did it. That these people, these figures, these militants, Khalistanis, that they were murdered by the government of India. Modi sent hit squads, this kind of thing. There is no evidence to support that whatsoever, but rather soon, I suspect, I don't know, but I suspect that there will be police findings that actually... That's not the explanation. It wasn't India that done it. It was a local gangland squabble. A grubby, squalid local gangland dispute and a revenge killing which has nothing to do with the government of India.
We will track that story very, very
I don't
closely.
know.
Yes.
We'll find out soon.
We will. For joining me here on India First, gentlemen, many thanks. I want to shift focus to the other big story. The threat of radical Islamists, it's a cause for concern even in France, a country that's burning for 6 days and nights and counting. Riots and loot continue in various parts of France after targeting public transport, offices, libraries, training centers. Rioters have also attacked the home of the mayor of a suburb of Paris. The question now being asked across France and the world is, how is looting a Louis Vuitton store or an Apple store or a Nike store fighting for liberty and justice for all?
France
Violence continues to burn for almost a week now. Riots on roads, loot of luxury stores and a police force unable to put a stop to deteriorating law and order. Protests spread from Paris suburbs to Marseille city, witnessing confrontations with the police. Rioters also targeted the home of Paris suburb mayor Vincent Jeanbrun, setting the car alight and launched fireworks at his wife and young children aged 5 and 7. The family were forced to take flight through the backyard, and the mayor said his wife had a broken leg and faced a 3-month rehabilitation. French investigators were seen on the site as remnants of the burnt car reflected aftermath of the mob arson at mayor's residence.
Il n'y a aucun doute sur le fait qu'ils voulaient brûler la maison, et de fait, à partir du moment où ils ont compris qu'il y avait quelqu'un à l'intérieur parce que des lumières se sont allumées, loin d'arrêter, au contraire, ils ont déclenché une salve de tirs de mortier qui était complètement folle.
At the city's landmark, Champs-Élysées, police reasserted authority with heavy deployment, managed to avoid looting from the premium fashion houses that line this grand thoroughfare. Dozens of arrests were made in this area. President Emmanuel Macron postponed a state visit to Germany because of ongoing turmoil. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, speaking to ARD television, said they were closely watching the unrest in France and are confident that Macron would successfully calm the situation. As the government aims to take control of this unprecedented riot, the world watches the chaos that had gripped France over the death of a teenager. Bureau Report.
We will continue to track developments on the story very closely. That is all I have time for on India First this evening. Coming up next, Business Today with Sakshi Batra. Stay with us.
The India Today Group is pleased to announce the launch of a brand new online portal for our Best Colleges survey, featuring 6 years of ranking data as well as a wealth of granular information on thousands of institutes of higher learning. Our interactive portal offers easy access, analysis and guidance to our Best Colleges of India survey results for over 2,000 colleges across 14 streams. We invite everyone to visit our site bestcolleges.indiatoday.in, and we wish aspiring students